All right. Okay. Hey, everybody! It's a Friday afternoon / evening here at VGB's HQ. This is the VGB's podcast. This is episode 75. Wow. 75 years of the VGB's podcast. Can you believe it?
Almost a centennial.
Almost a centennial. I can't wait. Hi, I'm John Warren. I'm one of your hosts. With us is Niki Tight 5 Grayson, who is just kind of...
What's the deal with how many guys does it take to screw in a light bulb?
4. 4.
Incorrect.
Good crowd work, though. Good crowd work.
Thanks. Thank you. Found me on crowd control on Dropout next season. Thank you so much.
Also with us, of course, is Lotus. Hello, Lotus.
Hello. Despite my poor dental record, that chomp was pretty loud.
Yeah, it was.
Just want you to know.
That was a loud chomp.
Should I go behind the dresser?
Maybe. So earlier today, Niki went live on twitch.tv/Niki Grayson and did try to move a large piece of furniture into their closet with the help of one Jan Ochoa from GiantBomb.com.
That's better.
That is better because the light isn't shining directly into my eye. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Isn't that weird how that works? Like, it's like, okay, this is going to sound really dumb. If you're shining a direct light through a camera, I don't think it should bother you, but it does.
No, that's fair.
Your mic is totally out.
They didn't like the Type 5. They cut them off.
Is this better?
Yeah, it's there now. Yeah.
There's a switch on it that turns it on and off. I just learned about it right now.
You just learned about it right now?
That's nice. Nice feature.
Yeah. So, I don't think that should be how the light works, you know?
No. It should, because you're so far away from me.
You're so far away.
I shouldn't be able to affect you in that way.
The inverse, when we were talking about VR headsets, why can't I see in VR? The screen's here.
Yeah, it's right here.
Why can't I see distance in VR?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand it.
Up.
Niki, can you explain to me why you brought a piece of furniture that large into your house that you wanted to actually move into a closet?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I have a 6-drawer dresser.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a good amount of drawers.
It's a good amount of drawers. It is.
Yeah.
I have the measurements actually.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to give us those?
Yeah. Let me just pull up the Facebook Marketplace listing. It is 60 inches wide, 19 inches deep, and 36 inches high. It is white all wood dresser. It's available right now on Facebook Marketplace for the low price of $50 or $0. Please just come take it from me. This dresser was in my old house when I arrived. The girl didn't want to move it because it was so fucking big. She said, "Do you just want this?" I said, "Yes, I will take this free dresser." So I took the dresser. Then I was like, in the process of moving out, was like, well, I'm not going to this is a good dresser. It would be stupid to leave it. I didn't know exactly how big it was relative to this closet. We put it in the U-Haul. We get to my new home, and we load it out of the truck, and I say, fuck this object. I do not want it anymore. It is so big. I will really simply get a different dresser. So it sat outside on the street. Then we got an email from the management company that was like, hey, so the cops, that basically was like, hey, did you leave a dresser outside? And I said, yeah, dog, I already called 311 about it. To come pick it up. They come once a week on what I think is trash day, which is, I think, Tuesday. And they hadn't come to pick it up. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll just start putting clothes up on the shelf inside of the closet that exists right now. And then I did that, and it gave me such intense anxiety that I said, I must bring the dresser into the home. We're a week out of the move-in date, so the dresser had been sitting outside exposed to the element and the dirt for 7 calendar days, and on Thursday, yesterday, they cut trees in the neighborhood, so there were leaf droppings and stuff everywhere. So Jan Ochoa, who is down here, and I spent maybe 35 minutes cleaning the dresser, removing all of the dust, dirt, and detritus from its nooks and
the viscera for all the
viscera, yes,
the violence that had been happening.
There was dead bugs, and now there aren't anymore. And then we brought it into up the stairs in this house. There's a 2-story home. Brought it up the stairs into my room and said, okay, well, we're going to just pop this fucker right in this huge closet. Doesn't fit.
Yeah, doesn't.
Not even a little bit. Just doesn't.
No.
Just completely does not fit.
Yeah.
Would fit in backwards.
I have a...
Yeah, please.
I have a question that's not helpful. I just need you to realize,
sure.
I need you to understand how unhelpful this question is.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Did you measure the closet before you brought
Why would I have
up
done that?
Okay.
You fucking dumbass. Why would I have done that? No, of course not. And
Niki,
here's what I'll say.
Cut 9 times, measure 0.
Here's what I'll say. I still don't think if I measured, I don't think I would have gotten it right.
One of the funniest things I've ever heard. Like, if I had had the numbers, I still would have interpreted the numbers wrong.
And I just think that's
the numbers would have said if the dresser is already in the closet, it does fit. The problem is those measurements work out. The measurements to put the dresser in the closet do not work out.
Thank you, Lotus. Thank you so much.
I know what you mean, Niki, because I watched the beginning and I went, that's crazy. It would fit in there if they could push it in there, but they're not going to be able to.
If they could push it in.
It would just fit, but we can't.
Yeah.
So, again, if you're on the east side of Los Angeles and are looking for a dresser that is, because someone tried to move it and I think said, fuck this, scuffed on the top. It's available to you for purchase or just please take it. I'm giving it 24 hours before I put it back on the street. But I had to put the drawers back in so I could take a picture of it for Facebook Marketplace, which was obviously annoying.
Well, congratulations to the new owner of Niki's dresser. Hopefully by the time you're listening to this, it'll be in your home.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Leave a QR code for this episode.
Yeah,
in the dresser.
Facebook Marketplace link.
A dead bug and a QR code just for you. Lotus, have you moved any furniture lately?
No, thank God. I'm a slow type where unfortunately I have expensive taste when it comes to furniture. Yeah. If I can't afford the furniture, I simply won't buy any. So my room is still like a bed, a desk that I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $60 here, and then like a chair, a couple small shelves.
That's all you need.
Not a lot else.
That's all you need.
No, yeah, I'm like, I don't really need other stuff. I would just immediately start filling it with crap. But I will be getting more shelves for Christmas.
Can I tell y'all something else?
Yeah.
That I think maybe is pertinent information. The desk I have, also too big for the other closet.
Wait, other closet? You were trying to put your desk?
So I have 2 closets in
What is what is the thing with you putting the desks in closets? That's a new thing.
Well, the desk should go in the closet because then I can close it and have a little office. Because the closet is fucking huge. It's so big. Not this one that I'm in. This closet is big. It's the length of the room. But on the other side of the room, there is a second closet. It's the auxiliary closet, yes. And that's where I'm going to put my desk inside of the closet. And then I can close the door and it goes away. But the desk that I have that I brought from my old house
It's too big for there.
Too big. Yep.
Now, in our apartment in Sherman Oaks, which I think you may have seen literally one time, Niki.
Maybe.
there was a closet where I started to work a couple of times in a closet that was just full of clothes, and the sound was really good in there. But I had a disastrous job interview in there, and then I felt bad about being in that closet for the rest of my time, so I stopped using it.
Okay, well that's good to know. Hopefully, I just won't.
I was still at ZAM, I think, when I had that interview. It was with a VR game company, and I was like, I don't remember the name of the company, but it was like a VR. They made VR games.
Oh, okay.
And I like, you would have thought I'd never played a video game with that. It was the weirdest. It was so weird. I just went through this like portal where it's like, you're gonna beef this worse than anything you've
There were ghosts in that closet, and they didn't know what an SNES was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not logged in. Can someone put the image that I've queued up in the...
Yeah, you can. I can do that.
Thanks. So just scan that, and I'll take you right to the Facebook Marketplace listing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Now everyone's going to know your full name and the city you live in.
Yeah, your government in the city. Did you know that Jasper's listing was still up like 3 weeks after we picked him up?
That's crazy.
Wow. So were they still getting requests?
I don't know. I don't know. It was on a site where you can go in and go, hey, this dog was adopted. and what's really weird is they don't ask any follow-up questions. They just take it down.
Wait, so you could just go through it and just adopt, quote unquote, all of these dogs
and
then waste other
just
people's time?
I guess so.
That's crazy.
It was just pretty crazy. It's really weird. Yeah, it's really, really strange. Yeah, Jasper got his balls obliterated this week, which
I saw him in his little orange.
Yeah. I took the picture of him with the orange soft cone.
Yeah.
Guess what this fucker did today?
Chewed through it.
He slid out of it, deflated it by chewing on it, and then I swear to God, chewed the plastic part where you blow into it.
Hell
he ripped it off. He's
got a brain in there.
He figured it off. He's like, now no one
without
can
those
use
balls
it,
in the way. His brain's working overtime.
His brain is working without the balls interfering.
That's exciting.
It's weird. He stopped marking and his brain has grown 8 times. It's really he's now mega mind. Scary.
That's what you
scary.
want. You want a smart dog.
I guess, but joke's on him. We had to put him in the shitty cone, which we got him the good cone because when he sits down, it's pillow. It's pillow. He just goes and then whatever. There. And that little fucker ruined it for himself, and now he's bouncing around with the hard cone, and I'm just like, this is on you. You tried to rip your fucking sack stitches off. That's on you.
I just don't understand why we aren't celebrating his development more.
Yeah. Well, he is developing into a true menace.
That's good. You want that.
Jaw strong.
There's not enough chaos in your home.
No. That's what I said the day after we put Raise the Net down. I was like, man, it's too quiet in this home.
Yeah,
we're not worried. We're not constantly worried about another thing. Yeah. Let's get another thing. Yeah, why not? What if we just did that? So anyway,
there was a dog came across. I had the opportunity to get a second dog today. But I decided against it mostly because I was like, can't even get a dresser in the closet.
Can't even get a dresser in the closet.
So,
does Barley get along with other dogs?
She
doesn't care, right?
Well, it depends. Yeah. She likes big dogs.
Okay.
Unless they are more. It's basically like she's not interested in dogs that are too interested in her. But then she will also try too hard with dogs that don't give a shit about her, and it'll make her sad. So it really is there's a narrow band of compatibility.
That's a lot like Ravioli. Like I'll watch him be annoying and then kind of react like, how dare you be annoying back at me?
Exactly.
It's like,
exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's how it goes. And because she doesn't know how to play.
Yeah.
It makes it hard.
Sad.
It just makes it hard.
And that's sad. It's just
they let the dog get this far.
They just let the dog get that far.
Can't play.
Oh, poor baby.
So.
Yeah, she's just a people dog.
She's just a people dog.
Yeah. Well, a lot of like bad stuff has happened this week, just personal, professional level. But I think really the worst thing that happened.
Yeah.
So Grand Theft Auto 6 was delayed.
Yeah. No one saw this coming.
I know.
I hate that was audible somehow.
Niki
so
pounding on the back wall. So tough. I mean, it's like
I'm shocked, personally.
I don't know. I was totally shocked. Caught off guard. The move is from May to November of 2026. November 19th, 2026 to be exact. And they just need more time. Like, they never made one of these before.
Entirely new genre.
New genre, new team. It's just like they... Yeah. It's not like they've made the first and now fourth best-selling video game of all time.
First time.
First time.
It's a small indie. It's an indie studio. You also have to keep that in mind.
It is an indie studio.
Saw
no
this.
explanation, I don't think, really. They just need more time. Is that what it said?
They said we want to make sure it is
polish.
Polish
whatever.
Players.
I mean,
which everyone thinks about when they think of Grand Theft Auto is polish.
Is just kind of extensive amounts of polish. And also, you know what? It's an audience that definitely cares.
It's definitely an audience
is
that
gonna
cares.
Yep. So it still has not been announced for the personal computer, which I think is delightful.
But that's also what they always do with.
That's
these.
What I'm saying. So
which is so strange.
Usually, if this but I think all it means is that they're just gonna do they're playing the same fucking card again. Because if the game comes out in 2026 at the end of the year, the next PlayStation will come out in 2027, the year after. So then they will get you to buy the game a second time. And then the year after that, $300 if you buy the game on the personal computer. So when they were we're delaying the game, I was like, oh, okay, so you can time it better.
You could double dip again.
Yeah,
you can double and then triple dip.
Yeah,
fucking
also,
unbelievable.
It's so funny. This is in the same week. Obviously, they fired a bunch of people who were organizing. 30
to 40 people, yes, who were organizing.
For sharing classified information.
That's the official word, yes.
Which famously companies actually care about and find out about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the thing about Grand Theft Auto 6 is that no one's seen any gameplay or anything from it. So if it was gameplay and stuff that they were sharing, you must understand it's a pretty big deal because it hasn't leaked before and no one has seen upwards of 30 uninterrupted minutes of gameplay from that game.
Yeah. And it's so vague, it's obviously not anything that actually matters, but something that is buried within a contract that is borderline unenforceable depending on what fucking justice you get. Yeah. Because as someone pointed out on Blue Sky thing, it might just be that they were talking to each other about their salaries. That's technically a thing. But it could also be something as simple as allegedly I was just talking to my friends in my Discord about how I had a bad day at work today because XYZ wasn't working or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Topher Florence is the one that wrote, "Sorry guys, accidentally deleted the spreadsheet with the first drafts of homophobic potato chip brands, and it turns out it was somehow load-bearing to the entire driving system, and the only guy who knows how to fix it got fired in the union busting." So, really all-timer post, Topher Florence. Thank you.
It's good.
Really good.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what they're doing over there.
I mean, I think I understand. They were busting a union and they delayed it to double dip. I think it's exactly what you said.
But usually you don't follow bad news with bad news.
Yeah, that was odd.
It was odd. It was a double whammy. Yeah,
because if
they could have waited to January.
Literally, exactly. They could, like, so there are so many other ways to message this. I've really been on this week. There are so many other better ways to message this that are, okay, well, can we in the next calendar month cut together a 30-second gameplay trailer for Game Awards and then say also we're delaying the game, but we're giving you gameplay? Can you just fucking wait until the 19th of November to then be like, the game actually comes out in
it'll
one
be a
year.
Right.
Or just wait, like you said, John, wait until January. Like, there are so many
whatever.
other ways other than in the same week as you have been caught union busting to be like, and the thing that you all want is not going to come out in time.
But I will say this. The bad news about the union busting is not bad news to the people who are devastated by the delay.
For sure. Absolutely. And I'm sure
the
calculus
which I think is the calculus, right? Like, they're like, well, like the people who are really going to be bummed out about the union busting, like, whatever, like, they're going to play it out of obligation anyway, but the people who really give a shit, they won't even know that this happened. They wouldn't even know what it means. I mean, not to be crazy, but it's like a lot of them don't, you know?
And they, like, 30 people is not a big number. Like, nobody knows how many people work at Rockstar, but, like, they see 30 people and they're like, well, they must not have mattered if they were able to get fired, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, it's I mean, I don't know. But if you can believe it, I think, hey, gang, I think Rockstar's as a bad company.
I mean, it seems like it.
Yeah. I think they might.
Bold.
I think they might be like
bold statement.
Ideologically and creatively bereft.
Wow. Makers of the first and fourth highest selling game of all time.
Yeah. And they've been working on this one for
12 years, 13.
They made Minecraft.
They made Minecraft. Yeah.
Wait, is Minecraft number one? I thought GTA 5 was number one.
I think Minecraft is still number one.
Oh,
GTA 5 number two.
So
I was gonna say I think it's Minecraft, GTA 5, Tetris. Which again, for the billionth time, Tetris is cheating because they count any version of Tetris that's ever been sold as Tetris.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
you're right.
The
first
juicing.
You're so right, and actually, you're only right. Well. Hold on.
They trade blows.
Hold on. I mean, you're right about
John,
Minecraft,
just read the
for
word
sure.
on the screen.
Sorry,
Okay.
you're right about Minecraft. Okay. I was searching for a word, and it took me an awkward amount of time to find it, so I apologize. Minecraft is 350 million in sales. Okay, yes.
Just a couple.
Yes. GTA 5, 220. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wii Sports, 83 mil.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. And then
Red Dead.
I
Also
don't think that
cheating.
should count either. Yeah, that
Red Dead
counts.
Just like BTS.
Red Dead 2 is 79. Okay, Mario Kart 8 / Deluxe. That's counting as one.
Also cheating.
The Tetris thing also cheating, I think. But this one's only for Game Boy, number 25. They had sold 35 million. That's a lot. Holy shit, that's a lot.
Didn't they do the same thing? Wasn't Tetris a pack-in?
It was.
Yeah, it doesn't count either.
Yeah. I can't believe I know that.
You're right. No, you're right. You're so right. I never thought of it as a pack-in because that was the
How did I
adult
nail
game
this
it came
stupid
with.
list of all things?
You
Of all
did.
the
I
things
don't know.
I could never care about, I don't know how I know this particular constellation of facts.
Lotus, if you get the number 11, okay?
Number 11?
The number 11 game of all time, I will empty my checking account into yours.
The number 11th game of all time.
To be clear, there's not a lot in it, but it's enough to like have a good weekend. Okay.
I got my 12 cents from the Facebook settlement, and I mean, it's looking up.
Did that pay out?
No, I'm just kidding. We talked about it last time. I just got the
did.
email for it though. I don't know. Number 11 would have to be something kind of.
It came out in 2016.
2016?
That's a clue for you.
Oh damn! I was gonna guess whatever the Call of Duty remake is, but I don't know what year that came out in.
Yeah, It's Human Fall Flat.
No.
Oh, that tracks actually.
I am
11th
dead serious.
best-selling game of
That's
all
pretty
time
nuts.
is Human Fall Flat.
Name the 2 games it beat at number 12, tied at 50 million apiece. One came out in 2016. One came out in 2016. The other came out in 2000. The two games,
2000?
the 2 games, Human Fall Flat has outsold right in front of, right behind it.
2000,
2016?
but I don't feel like Half-Life has sold 50 million copies. And actually, I don't know if that's 2000, but it's somewhere near there.
I don't even know what games came out in 2016.
Overwatch.
Oh, right, because you used to have to buy it.
You did
Now
used to have to buy it.
what's the one that came out in 2000? This one is fucking unbelievable. Like Human Fall Flat beat this game.
2000. When did Pokemon Crystal come out?
That's not
I think that's 99.
Oh.
I was also trying to go through the Pokemons and see if one of them lined up with 2000.
I have no idea, John.
Yeah, it's
No, I
The
don't know.
Sims. It's The Sims. Just a
Oh,
little
the
game
first
called
Sims.
The Sims. Yeah. So Human Fall Flat has beaten both of those. Congrats
That game's all right.
to No Breaks Games. Would not have been able to call
Richest
that
people on the
out.
fucking planet.
Unbelievable. Congrats. Yeah, so can't believe that the makers of the, second and fourth highest selling game would be bankrupt, but here they are. Those fired employees actually did go out and protest in front of Rockstar this week, which was cool. Got jump scared by Chris Pratt from People Make Games in one of the photos, which was funny. Hot shout out to Chris Pratt. Not to be confused with Chris Pratt. Two
Which is
very
who
different
I thought
people.
you said.
Nope.
That's what I
Two
thought you
very
said.
different people.
Yep.
As far as I
Very
know,
confused.
Chris Pratt does not belong to some sort of weird homophobic church, as far as I know. Seems like a good guy. No, seems like a good guy.
I'm still crossing my fingers.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter how nice they are.
Doesn't matter how nice. But yeah, those of course fired people say this was obviously not why they were fired. They were not fired because of leaking stuff. It was obvious, blatant union busting. But Take-Two obviously is sticking to their story that it was leaking stuff. They just happened to all be in a union Discord where they were
That's
organizing.
what the leak. It's a cover.
It's a cover,
Yeah.
right?
It's a cover.
So
because of all of the accessible information about GTA 6 that currently exists.
Yep. It doesn't matter. It's still gonna sell whatever it's gonna sell. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I
No
mean,
one
whatever.
cares.
Who cares? Speaking of games that have also done incredibly well under incredibly shady circumstances, Roblox is getting sued by the state of Texas. Lotus, how excited are you? You and I, we're gonna put on our Texas home team shirt and go root on Ken Paxton, folks. If you live outside of Texas, he's one you might not have heard of. The depth of depravity that exists in Attorney General Ken Paxton's soul. A person who is truly reviled, I feel like, by almost everyone, and yet has gained nothing but power and influence over the past decade. As he has been an integral part of Governor Greg Abbott's kind of inner circle of totally disgusting freak pig fucks in government here in Texas. This one's tough, folks, because boy, this is the
Roblox
epitome.
should be getting sued.
This is the epitome of worst person you know has great point. Of just
it might be the only legitimate lawsuit Paxton has ever filed.
And really, again, if you live outside of Texas, like, you might be thinking that's funny hyperbole. Lotus is dead serious. I think this is maybe only
Ken Paxton is such a devil. He has been trying to. Weed was briefly legal in the state of Texas, not for real, but due to a loophole because the people who wrote the law, shocking, didn't understand what weed was. So there were multiple strains of weed that were illegal because they were just weak enough to not count, but they were strong enough that it's still fucking weed. Ken Paxton was going on a reefer madness fucking Texas tour to get it banned, almost was successful, and then had to watch Abbott, one of the worst humans any of us knows, not sign it into law because he realized how stupid it was. Just to give you kind of a little taste, Ken Paxton has sued multiple Catholic churches within the state of Texas who provide not just Catholic churches actually, but specifically Catholic charities who help brown people for helping brown people.
He's running against Cornyn, who is also like a total piece of shit. But Cornyn's attack ads are hilarious. They're all like, hey, Ken Paxton cheated on his wife. He's a piece of shit. Don't vote for this guy. And it's like, that's another Republican saying this, dog. That's pretty crazy. Texas joins Louisiana and Kentucky as other states that are suing Roblox for basically creating unsafe conditions for kids and pushing, dens of pedophilia, as like a quote that I've seen, into people's households. Now, of course, there is some panicked language that is truly the hallmark of like Republican panic that is being injected in here. But then again, it's like Dave Bazuski, who is over at Roblox, the CEO over there, is basically like, listen, man, parents can make their own decisions. It's like, okay, maybe just like have like a slight amount more of accountability for that than just, I don't know, parents could just kind of decide what they want. So Roblox absolutely should be getting sued for creating these unsafe conditions. I still urge you to...
Because also they're scarcely hyperbolic, to be honest.
No.
Like they're using weird panicky language, but they're not like wrong.
They're not wrong at all.
Roblox is a den of pedophiles that is also low-key kind of designed to take your children and give them minimum or less than minimum wage jobs via the way that their UGC works. So, yeah.
I will link it, but I also encourage everyone to once again go read it is very long, but I recommend it. Roblox, Inflated Key Metrics for Wall Street and a Pedophile Hellscape for Kids. This was published almost a year ago, or over a year ago in October. It's by Hindenburg Research, which is very funny. Very, very funny. And it is a very lengthy report about Roblox's metrics, but also just the details, the really, frankly, like shocking details about how easy it is for a kid to just get routed into a place where like adult predators are there actively trying to do gross shit. So I recommend it. It's a tough read. It's a long read. It's a bit of a dry read, but I did read all of it about a year ago, and I recommend it to everyone. Tough. They'll blow it, right? Because this will just be like
for sure.
This. They'll blow it. They'll totally blow it.
Should be a slam dunk. This is one of those things though where it's like they're suing Roblox.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
for
what? Right. I mean, it's like they're creating unsafe conditions for kids, and so I think they're trying to get some sort of action going to. I don't know, maybe, best case scenario for them is an injunction. I mean, I think that's the thing, is I think it's a backdoor into other bad shit. So, it's tough. Again, if you don't know Texas and you're like, oh, I saw this thing about Ken Paxton, that's like, no, he sucks like so much.
He's like an actual real life devil.
He's really bad. There's so many of them too, Lotus. Here,
there's so many of them.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. They're just
why couldn't that have tree fallen just a little? I mean, harder.
Just a little harder. Well, Take-Two's also having a pretty bad week because they're having to basically explain why Borderlands 4 has had, quote, a soft launch.
Didn't know that came out.
It did come out. It came out of...
It
came out. And it's...
a month and a half ago,
month and a half ago. And it had a ton of technical issues on PC. It also had technical issues on console. And Take-Two is basically blaming that on why there are, quote, unquote, soft launch numbers for the game. But I kind of wonder if that's what's actually happening. Like, are the technical issues really what caused the soft launch? Like, I don't know if I believe that.
No. Did Fallout 4 have a soft launch?
No.
Nobody gives a shit about Borderlands. That's
No.
it.
I think that's it. I think this game doesn't have enough juice for it to keep doing the same thing it does every few years. But they're gonna blame the technical issues, and Randall will get to make Borderlands 5. I'm sure. But yeah, just interesting. Take-Two had to talk about their stuff in their earnings report. They had to acknowledge that they're soft in terms of sales, and I think Borderlands 3 was also kind of soft. So I think
everyone knows that the games are the same.
They're the same.
I think more uniquely than any other franchise that is like this.
Yeah.
I think there is fatigue amongst the people who do like the thing.
When they do anything but the main Borderlands series, people love it.
Yes.
Even when they're still bad and not funny.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're so afraid of putting those new ideas in the numbered ones. So then people are buying the numbered one and they're saying, oh, well, it I guess is the exact same game I played in 2011 or whatever on the Xbox 360. Like, they're not it's the same game.
It's the same
and
game.
I do actually think that like people are, at least with Borderlands, they're like, well, I'll go play. There are other games where I can run around and shoot stuff with my friends out.
Yeah.
In a way that there were not similar games where you run around and shoot stuff and get new stuff when Borderlands 2 was at its peak.
These games are not mechanically interesting. The novelty of weird gun runs out pretty fast, and the writing and call-outs and plot and setting are all fucking trash. I mean, to put it lightly. I mean, so it's a tough road to hoe, I think, to expect this thing to keep doing what it does. But I guess for whatever reason, because they just keep making them, I expect them to keep doing well for some reason. And
I mean, they think that too. That's why they keep making them.
Jokes aside about Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead, they do mechanically innovate in ways, well, because it's a fucking 12-year dev cycle between all these fucking things. But they do mechanically have these interesting spots that make it kind of a fun thing to dive into for a few days, at least for me. And with Borderlands 4, when I played it, I was just like, man, this really is the same fucking thing. It is the same fucking thing. It's exactly the same as Tiny Tina. It's exactly the same as 3 and 2. And that weird the pre-sequel, whatever the fuck that was called. I mean, it's all the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the only good Borderlands game is the Telltale one.
Correct.
Obviously. Everyone knows this. But I also think that this is not even a story if GTA is not late.
Yeah.
Like, I think Gearbox gets away with this being soft if GTA 5 is not initially 5 months late.
Yeah.
6 months late, whatever. Because then they have the cushion of well, GTA made us literally $1 billion, so like it actually doesn't even fucking matter what Borderlands 4 did. But now 2K is looking at the cycle, their fiscal year, and it's like, okay, well, now actually this game's not coming out until next year.
Yeah.
So we don't, it turns out that Borderlands 4 was the big game we released this year. We had 2K, which nobody is talking about.
Yep.
Like, this is like feels like such a nothing burger of a 2K as well.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. And
it's nothing, which is worse than bad in some ways.
Yeah. And like those are that for their year this year was supposed to be those three.
Yep.
Coming into the year, obviously, was supposed to be GTA, Borderlands, and whatever the NBA 2K, but then obviously literally none of them hit.
Yeah.
So
bad year for them. What can you do?
Not a good year. They only made a bunch of money.
They only made it
really
wasn't.
Tough. Really tough.
It's really fucking hard. It's so hard for them. Former Obsidian, well, he is always the founder, but disgraced former employee and founder of Obsidian, Chris Avellone, took to the internet to say that he's pretty sure Avowed 2 is on the roadmap and Outer Worlds 3 is not, which is an interesting rumor. I just put this in to say that I'm glad that someone said that Avowed 2 is getting made. That's all I wanted to say. That's about it. We don't need to talk about Chris Avalone anymore. That's fine. I also put this in because it just made me laugh. I think this was, what was it? It was gamesindustry.biz posted the most water is wet article I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
A PC distribution platform called Rocky, which I've never heard of, released a white paper called "The State of PC Game Distribution," which was based on an independent study conducted by Atomic Research. They basically interviewed 300 industry execs in C-suite level, and 72% of them said, and I hope y'all are bracing for impact. I don't know if y'all saw the actual figure. But 72% of them believe that Steam has a monopoly on the PC games market.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure you talked about it last week, but Amazon is right on their heels.
They're right on their heels, nipping at their heels.
We talked about the LinkedIn post.
Talking about.
Yeah, it was so funny to see people.
A lot of competition.
It was so
lots
funny.
of competition. It was funny to see people try to point out, like, gotcha, like this is by another game storefront, and it's like, yeah, but it is also raining actively, so when I read the Reddit that says that it's raining, it does continue to be true.
It does continue to be true.
It only reflects poorly on gamesindustry.biz, which you should eat a tablespoon of salt for every single article from them that you read, but they will generally you will get good information, but keep that salt with you.
You should absolutely, but I just have more of a question for the 28% that doesn't believe it has a monopoly on the PC game market. Yeah, I guess I think you're probably right. It's Gabe Newell saying, no.
Former In the Valley of Gods developers have responded that it definitely does not have a monopoly.
That game's coming out next year, Lotus. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
It's definitely real.
Definitely real. Definitely coming.
Remember that game? That game looked cool.
Yeah, I do. That game looked so cool.
I've never been more mad than when they casually mentioned that they invented this really beautiful water tech, and that's why the trailer looks so good, and they're using it for fucking Deadlock.
For Deadlock. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. Also, like, the hits keep coming. I mean, I was I was crying this morning in the shower because Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra has been delayed to late 2026. It is leaving its early 2026 window. It's beyond that. And
for sure.
I think it's really funny that I was not paying attention to this game, obviously.
Nobody was. The people who are working on it aren't.
The idea that this game that I have not seen anything about except for little leaks here and there was supposed to come out at the beginning of next year is incredibly funny to me. They need more time. They didn't set an exact date. This is being made by Skydance Games. And this game's not coming out, right?
No.
Okay.
That writer's room is just sitting there in a circle, tapping a pencil against their heads, and they still can't come to a consensus on whether or not they will let Cap say the N-word.
Yeah.
Because
that's the problem.
Narratively, with the timeline.
He's got to say it. God, imagine how hard it would hit, though.
It would be so funny. Are you kidding me?
God, that would go crazy. People would buy the game on the back on both sides of the aisle. People are buying
are you
the game
kidding?
If they
Do you know
Cap
how many black nerds you would see with Cap icons that fucking day?
Yes. It would be the best-selling game ever. Fuck Minecraft.
God,
what's the game called? Marvel 1943.
Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra.
This game looks like the trailer was legitimately interesting. It's just Captain America and Black Panther doing World War II.
Doing World War II, sure. Yeah.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. That's like a fun, seems like a slam, seems like a slam dunk. And instead,
Do you think Disney is just kind of going? I don't know if the climate's ready for.
Nah.
No,
I think they would be amped if their video game came out. Is how I feel.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair.
You know, I think there is a world where that is it.
They don't have any coming out.
I think that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they would be actually amped if their video game came out that they have spent money and time on. Mm-hmm. But listen, small businesses can't always win.
They can't always win. It's true. I did see. I want to make sure I'm getting this correct before I say it, because we just said the thing about Disney, and I don't think I'm breaking any news here. I just haven't seen it reported. But LinkedIn is a place where I can find news sometimes. And Second Dinner, who makes Marvel Snap, they are hiring for like a lead for a brand new game, which is wild. Free to play mobile game. It's got a huge IP. It might be Marvel, but they don't say. But Second Dinner, who makes Marvel Snap, who's one of the best video games you can get right now, in my opinion, they're hiring for basically the product manager. By the way, okay. What do we think the base salary for this position is? Holy fucking shit.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Fully remote.
Oh, interesting.
What is the position?
It's based in Irvine. It's called Principal 1-2.
Oh, 240. 240 to 310.
I'm gonna say our minds. I was literally about to say 320. So yeah, Price is right, Rose. I'm saying 320. I'm gonna stick with it then.
Niki, you fucking nailed it. It's 225 to 250. So you got it right there in the middle of 240. Nice. So, crazy.
Oh, man. And then you got to maybe kind of live close to Irvine because they're going to try to get you to. Can you imagine making $250,000? Here's what I don't. Go to Irvine?
Here's what I don't believe. Now, I may or may not have applied to a job at Second Dinner at some point. So I realize I'm blowing my chances to ever be hired by them in the future. Can we cut the shit? That the lead of your new game is not fully remote. They're not working in fucking Arkansas.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Don't fucking lie.
Cut the shit. Cut the fucking shit. That person is moving the fucking Irvine. Yeah, I'm not.
Imagine making $250,000 and living in Irvine. It could not be me.
It could not be me. Now, I can imagine very easily making $250,000 living in Fayetteville, Arkansas. That would be fun. I could buy a house a year.
You would own the town.
It's it's fucking incredible. But yeah, nuts. Concord's closure, by the way, was kind of on the floor of a debate at the UK House of Commons this week, which was a really fucking funny sentence to read. But they were talking about basically consumer rights and things like that, and it was brought up in the kind of the feeling of they feel like game developers should essentially, explicitly quantify the intended lifespan of a game before they are able to sell it to people, because they believe that Concord, even though to their credit they did refund everyone, it's a decent example of how live service games somehow sometimes have this problem. And will we keep kicking this horse while it's dead for the next 5 years? Is this going to be happening every year? I think it might.
I think some people will, and it's going to be the same people every year.
It's going to be the same people
who try to convince the rest of us to give a shit.
I just am like, this is like saying milk will go bad, right? Like, yeah. Like, none of us are going to be around for forever. If the video game is reliant on computer, then obviously at some point they're going to turn it off. Like, Concord, the only thing about Concord that was fucked up, I guess, it wasn't even fucked up. Everybody who bought it got their money back.
They got their money back. I mean, which they did say during this debate or whatever on the floor.
Oh, sorry. That was it. Yes, they did. Yes, they did say that. But it's yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I also
nothing's gonna change.
No, and I also don't think that anybody who bought Concord was buying it because they thought the video game was going to be the next
last forever.
Yes. And also, like, to be so clear, if we're talking about intended life cycle, they didn't intend for the game to flop
exactly.
and immediately need to be taken off.
Because then they wouldn't have put it out. Like, if
they would have done hyenas.
Going to still buy it. Yes, but like, no, they like, okay, yeah, milk goes bad.
Yep. I just thought it was funny. Concord came up on my screen. I was like, for
and it
fucking
will
what?
Until we all three die.
All of us die.
Year.
Which might be sooner than we think for some of us.
You want to say why, John?
No, it's good. Square Enix fired over 100 people. That number might actually decrease because they have to do some redundancy stuff in the UK. And if that goes through, that number might be a little bit less. But it was essentially to do a broader effort to consolidate publishing organization, focus on Japanese development. So a lot of US and UK employees have been made redundant or are at risk. Bummer. 100 is a lot of people. I mean, I know Square Enix is huge, but it's still a really shitty number of people any number is shitty, but really shitty for that many people to be out of work so close to the holidays. It seems to happen every single fucking year. And it sucks. So, but fortunately, folks,
they have a plan.
We have a plan.
And it's going to work.
And it's that generative AI is going to be doing
say the number
70%. That's 70% of its QA and debugging by the end of 2027. So, y'all think that's going to go well, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your question?
Mm-hmm. So the computer, I just want to make sure I understand what generative AI is.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone with two AI experts. You're both very close to Sam Altman.
Mm-hmm.
It learns, quote unquote, by looking at stuff that's already been done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But when they make a new video game, that stuff hasn't been done yet, right?
To be fair, Square Enix doesn't make new video games. They've made Final Fantasy VII 4 times.
I forgot about that part. So they just show it Final Fantasy again, and they say,
and it's going to work great.
Dick out,
and then they made Bad Devil May Cry and called it Final Fantasy 16. So it's like, it's just always
always learning. It's always taking in information. Mm-hmm. And the localization, it's about to get even better, folks, if you could believe it.
It's just it's such an unforced error. It's like, you're just getting, it's just getting yourself, it's signing a contract that says you will hit my car in 2 years. like signing a contract with someone that says you will T-bone me to death in 2 years, and then it's legally binding and that person will T-bone you for what?
Like, being publicly traded. It's good.
Yeah. But then it's like, do you think the AI bubble will burst before they have to see the other side of this, like what happened with their NFT plan? Or do you think that the bubble is going to continue to get bigger before it bursts, and this will just be a side effect of it bursting?
I mean, they take like 7 years to make one fucking game. I think it's going to burst first, and then they'll go, oh, we're so sorry, we'll never use Gen AI again. And then all the shareholders will go, wow, they're so ahead of it.
Yeah,
and then the exact same thing will happen again on a longer time scale.
I definitely think that this is because it's 10 people that are on this team, this task force to basically build this. And it's called the Joint Development of Game QA Automation Technology Using Generative AI. That rolls off the tongue. Yep. In conjunction with the Matsuo Iwasawa lab at the University of Tokyo. This is a press release. This is a folks.
Yeah, go to UT.
I love the Longhorns. I think this is a press release. This is a glorified press release masquerading as like a call to shareholders. Like yeah. I think they've just decided to put in a figure of 70% to have shareholders go, "Wow, that's awesome. I believe in the future of AI, blah blah blah." But like with 10 people working in conjunction with a university, I think this is going to implode actually like really fast, like really fast, because like the use case that someone that Matt Booty kind of dreamed about back in 2022 was this is in the Video Game Chronicle article as a quote, which is funny. I had not seen Matt Booty say this. I would love to be able to start up 10,000 instances of a game in the cloud. So there's 10,000 copies of the game running. Deploy an AI bot to spend all night testing that game. And then in the morning we get a report. That would be transformational. Hey, Matt, what's that report look like? Like, what do you, like, how are you ingesting that report? How are you reading that report? How is any of that information being disseminated? What format is that report in? Like, I genuinely don't think anybody anybody that talks about this shit actually doesn't understand how the QA process works.
No,
like,
sure.
at all.
Not.
Like, at fucking all.
There's bitches they send to lead QA who don't know how the QA process
works. That's absolutely
because they're like, it
correct.
Doesn't matter. It does itself. Anyone can do it, right?
And it's the other thing is the thing that Matt Booty describes in that quote is already how it works.
Yes.
When I did QA for Call of Duty, I was on the night shift.
Shit is always running.
There's people in there playing the game constantly.
Yeah.
When the developers get to work in the morning, they looked at the bugs that I had written so they could fix them, so they could push a new build for me in the nighttime to go
play.
Try to continue to break. Like, it's the same. What the thing he's describing is how it already works, and they already don't pay those people. So like, I don't understand what the.
It will probably cost more to run the machine.
No, exactly.
Absolutely. And crucially, it'll cost more to hire back people to fucking fix the mistakes when it doesn't fucking happen.
And it's going to take twice as long.
I had a group, again, I think I talked about this like a month ago, but I went to like a business panel with like a bunch of people from my college, my alma mater, and like pretty much all 20 of us agreed, even though like a few of them in the room were big AI booster people, they agreed with my assessment that like we're going to have to hire expensive people like tenfold in 5 years that just fix the scaffolding built on scaffolding built on scaffolding. Like it's so clear to me that, and everyone agreed. And I'm like, well, why are we doing it? Like what? Like it's so ridiculous to me.
The oil's still coming out of the ground now.
It's so stupid, just baldly stupid.
And it also is just such a fundamental misunderstanding of the way that the technology as it exists works. And like, it's like something that I've been kind of chewing on is like, do we think that technology has aspirations anymore as opposed to even like 15 or 20 years ago? Because if you take a step back, right? And I think I'm just going to use the iPhone as the example because it is maybe the easiest one to get the point across.
Yeah, it's a good one too.
The idea of the iPhone is, what if there was a computer in your pocket? What could be done to communicate with people, connect you to the World Wide Web, and entertain you at the same time? It was a coalescence of multiple devices in a way that had not been seen before at that ease of use level. That was an aspirational goal that we had gotten to. The natural conclusion of generative AI is that no one does anything anymore.
Yeah.
Or that's one of it. The other side of it is that it is then learning from stuff that it made forever. At which
making
point
infinitely more poisoned shit.
Yes, at which point it will not actually be useful. It already isn't particularly useful, but it will become less useful on the grand arc of time because so much of it has generated so much of it that isn't correct that it will not know what the truth is anymore.
No, it won't. It won't.
So like
the people that know the truth will just be like, I'm not kidding because I see it happening already, will just be treated by weird scribbling lunatics in the corner going like, I remember the tale as it was told to me, but no one believes it anymore. And it's like they're just throwing their own shit at the wall. And that's how they're treated at these companies already. The people that are like throwing up the flag going like, this is creating an active problem that no one else is seeing. I mean, it makes people feel crazy that, speaking from experience, it makes them feel crazy to be like, hey, we just did 2 weeks of work that didn't need to be done because we could have done it right the first time.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It would have taken a regular person a week to do the thing that the computer did in 25
And is it hard?
Minutes.
Is it hard? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
it turns out that making twisting the bones of the tech to do what you want is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when someone tells you it's easy, they're selling you snake oil.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. And so Square's they're dead. That company's dead. Well,
finally.
Maybe they'll get some. Maybe someone else will scoop them.
Yeah.
What's a third? Maybe
they can make a
Konami.
sixpence selling the Life is Strange IP.
You know what?
Yeah.
Here's what I'll put out in the world. I think Kingdom Hearts 4 should be mostly made in AI.
Just to see.
Like, can you fucking imagine?
Might as well.
Like, might as well.
With how much Kingdom Hearts fans like 3, you might as fucking well.
Might as well.
Is that game coming out? What's more likely to come out, Kingdom Hearts 4 or Marvel 1943?
I think Kingdom Hearts 4 will.
It will eventually come out. It's just that he always takes forever because he's a terrible director.
Yeah, he's not a good director. It's true.
Well.
Hey, Lotus, this game called Unbeatable got delayed. It got delayed. It was supposed to come out tomorrow, or whatever.
Yeah. Which I think is now today.
It's today?
That we're recording this. I think.
No one ever released the game on Saturday, so it must have been today when it was supposed to come out.
I think so.
And this is a cool adventure rhythm game. I didn't remember that this existed until you posted this link, and I was like,
do you know why you don't remember that it existed?
No, why?
Do you want to take a guess, bud?
I don't know.
Because it's been delayed many times before.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like delayed and also kind of just like unknown, really vague, wide release window kind of situation.
Yeah.
Which is tough, and like with a team of this size, like that is just going to happen. This one's pretty rough though.
This
rough. Particular one.
Yeah, they just found a a progression breaking bug at the last
minute,
and they were like, "Fuck."
And they really did a lot of work to not blame Nintendo for it in this post, which is really nice of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because like anyone who's paid close attention or worked on games could tell from reading this press release that this is probably Nintendo's fault, right?
Maybe, yeah. Probably.
It really looks like it.
It feels like it.
It feels like it. I'm also like, just from the standpoint of everything, and like I'm sure we'll never know.
Is it coming out on Nintendo?
I believe it's on all consoles, isn't it?
I think it's just PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox. I think.
Fuck the Switch.
Unbeatable.
Fuck the Switch.
Let's see. It just might not have been listed. It says no plans for Switch. Sorry, this was 6 months ago on their Reddit.
Oh, good. Then we don't know who it could be.
Because this is the most. It could have been Matt Booty. Lotus.
Could have been Matt Booty.
Matt could have said, "Hey, if you'd had 10,000 instances of the game running with 10,000 testers, you would have caught this. You would have figured this out."
I mean, that's the thing is like, there's no way to know. Like, obviously, we'll never know for sure. But I don't even understand how this happens 2 days before the game is supposed to come out from several different angles. And I also don't understand, frankly, why you delay it. Like, in their own words, it's a low reproduction progression breaking bug.
Yeah.
if you can introduce it with the phrase low repro, then I'm like,
Yeah.
But
I understand the honor and the pride and the whatever, but
Yeah.
like, I don't.
But do
You're
you
releasing
think
on
that,
December 9th now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
December fucking 9th.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
thing about it being low repro is that, like, I do think this game might do numbers. And I think that even if the bug is like a 10%, which is like when I was at Activision, that was like our threshold was like 10-15% of the time was what we would count. We still had to get through those with some priority because obviously I don't think Unbeatable is going to sell Call of Duty numbers, but like the proportionally that suddenly becomes more of a hassle than waiting the month. But I don't think it. I will say this. I didn't realize this game was coming out this week.
Yeah, me too. I had no idea.
But can we also say that neither of you would have known unless I put it on this list because it got delayed?
I knew that it. I'm excited about this game. I thought it was already coming out in December.
Okay.
Listen. I'm not going to give myself too much credit here because you're right. You do tell me about 90% of the indie games that I ever kind of like. You do tell me about them. I guess I was, because this had been on my radar at some point, and then for it to have fallen off this hard is a little bit surprising to me. But yeah, you're right. If you had not put it in, I would have not known that it was delayed. So you're right.
Yeah, I just mean that like the game has had timing issues, and just like indie games tend to have that. You don't know how many people are even going to be working on the thing before you start. So I get it. But like, man, calling December 9th a nice little island, because this is what they said, is like, we were going to release early November to find a little island. Because, look at the 2025 games calendar. And I think I've mentioned how I feel about this before, which is like, actually, I don't think that other games coming out impacts you as much as most people are willing to believe, especially on the indie game scene.
I completely agree with you.
You're, even if you're the hottest indie shit, you're not selling fucking anything compared to anybody else. So unless you have very, very direct competition, I think it is overwrought. And now you are releasing it the beginning of the dead zone of video games.
Yes.
Yeah, like no one is
December to February is just like nothing fucking comes out, and no one cares about anything that comes out in this time.
Yeah.
And so it feels crazy.
Game Awards is on the 11th.
Yeah.
That's ooh.
Like
I don't think they'd be in it either.
No. It's not even from a like nomination perspective.
No. I mean a commercial.
Oh no,
right.
I don't even. No, not even from that. From a, you need people who are going to be able to play your video game perspective, so they can write about it and put videos
that's
out
what I mean.
about it.
Like, worst case scenario then is like, well, maybe they have a commercial. I don't think that they do or would.
No. So it's like, okay, so what you've done is you've now put the video game. You're going to be putting the video game out when nobody, who like the outlets that what few of them continue to exist, that you would want to give you good coverage, their people are going to not be available because it's Game Awards season, and that's where the money is going to be. So like, I also agree, Lotus. Like, I don't actually think that like putting it out in conversation with other games makes that much of a difference. But like, the air is already going to be sucked out because Metroid Prime comes out the week prior. Like, and Skate Story is the day before. Like, there are other there's no island here. They haven't really carved out an island.
No. I also like, this kind of came up with Demon School and Silksong.
Yes.
When a few weeks ago or whatever, and I just like at the time, I had a bunch of people in my ear, metaphorically, just online, going like, no, I work in publishing. I'm like, this is actually a really big deal. Like, you want to move out of the window. Like, really, it can totally impact your sales. Like, people with like, economics degrees that run publishing companies are like, no, like it's. And I was kind of like, well, I respect like, that confidence in your credentials, and I'm really giving it a real thought. And then, my entire time I was like, in my gut, I feel like it's wrong, In my gut, I feel like it's wrong. And you know what? It is wrong. Because what has happened with Silk Song is that the tail is so long on Silk Song that what is happening is that everyone I know who is playing it has also picked up 6 or 7 other games in this time frame.
The tail is so long and the body is so short. It doesn't matter that so Hollow Knight infamously has 1 shit zillion hours of content. It doesn't fucking matter. People play most of it in 3 days and then they put it down.
I was about to say, it's like it's either the fucking sickos that went super hard in that first week, or it's the people like Reb Valentine who has stretched this the fuck out to like 6 weeks. Like she's still like going through it, and she's playing other stuff at, not to pick on Reb, but she's playing other stuff in the interim, and it's like, I think that's pretty normal. Like
I think most normal people, it's a yes and, where like if Silk Song is so hyped, you buy it day one, you're like, this shit fucking rocks. I took the day off work, I played 10 hours of it straight, and now I play it for 2 hours on the weekend. From now on, and I'm not going to be done until January.
I have incredibly fond memories of playing The Witcher 3 over a 7-month period and just like playing it like a TV show. And I was also playing other shit at the same time. And it's like, that's how a lot of people play these big games. And so when I hear that, when I hear people like, well, we really ran the numbers and crunched it, and we're big publishers, and we're in the discords with all the other indies kind of coordinating, like, fucking stop. Like, do your own thing. Like, what are you talking about?
If you're potentially competing with Pokemon in October, you're also going to be competing with Pokemon in November and December.
Yes, in December.
So it's like, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think hopefully and theoretically, right, if they figure out this bug in a day's work time and then resubmit immediately for certification, then you probably get it out in 3 to 5 business days. So in the best case scenario, you get through that situation in under a week and can still release. And instead of like going into the shark's den, also frankly knowing that like you're kind of the shit and people know who you are. You are at least a medium-sized fish. Come on.
Yeah.
And instead you've released it like maybe the worst time. It feels insane to me. To me.
It does to me too. All right, let's talk about some games we play. Niki, I want to start with you so we can let you get on with your evening in a moment. But you've played something called Life's Eternal Puzzle. I don't know what platform that's on, but if you want to talk about Pokemon first, you can. It's up to you.
I'll talk about Pokemon first. I still think that game is good. It has basically been the only thing I've been playing because I don't have anything set up. I did grab Ball Pit on my Nintendo Switch, but I just haven't played it. Basically, every time I pick up the Switch, I look at the home screen and I'm like, gotta go back for more Pokemon. I think they're like, it's one of those things, and I think I've mentioned this before, so I don't really want to belabor the point. It's a game where I am surprised at how competently it is made. And that is why I like it so much, because it does finally feel like they have matched they've hit the floor of what I think these things can be. And for a long time, it has felt like they have been reaching. But this time it feels like there weren't really any compromises. They did the stuff that they wanted to do, and I do think did it well. There are a couple of storylines. It's not well written. Like, I think like there's some of the B and C plots are kind of whack. There's one character named Naveen, and his whole deal is that he likes a streamer, and the ways that like it's there's just like such a for a Pokemon game to be fetishizing the idea of a streamer as much as this one does kind of feels nuts. And like they are like, there's a whole plot point about how you have to battle this kid who is on your team for information about the streamer, because the guy doesn't want you to beat the streamer because he cares more about the streamer than he cares about you and your goal.
Interesting.
And I'm like, it feels kind of icky. Like it just feels icky, and it's not presented in a way where like anybody is talking about like how kind of nasty the things that Naveen is doing are.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, haha, this guy likes streamer. And it's like, oh boy, we're normalizing it in ways that feel insidious because of how uncritical they are. Which is something that I don't think I've ever been able to really say about a Pokemon game plot point, because they have never tried to do anything that feels timely or relevant.
Yeah.
So there's that. What else about that video game? There is something still continues to be so novel about catching just a big one. And that's really nice. Like there was no size comparisons in previous games, but in the Arceus games, sometimes you just get one is just bigger.
Just get a big one,
bigger
guy.
Fucking big, just a big Magikarp. And does it do anything different than another Magikarp? No,
it's just bigger.
It's just bigger, and that's kind of fun. And then the other game I played, which is Life's Eternal Puzzle, is just moving is.
What platform is that on?
It's on everything.
That's on everything. Okay.
It runs on everything. You're running it right now, and Lotus is also running it right now.
Oh.
And like the listener at home is also playing the game right now as well.
So it's malware. It's
malware. Yeah. It's freeware, shareware, malware, BioWare, etc. Lakers in 5. Like it's all of those things. Moving is crazy. Thank you so much. You can catch me on Crowd Control again on dropout.tv. Use the promo code Niki. You'll catch me there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Niki. Thank you so much, Niki, for your timely Life's Eternal Puzzle review. My impressions of Life's Eternal Puzzle could use some work. Could use some QA from generative AI, I think.
From generative AI. That would fix it right up, I think.
I think it would fix it.
Then I would have 4 dressers that are too big inside of this room.
Yeah.
And yet somehow they'd all still be in there.
They would all still be in there. When you would open one of the drawers, you would find another dresser. Like it would just kind of like you would feel like you would fallen into a hole, and there would be yet another dresser inside of one of the drawers.
Just like that Fallout 76 bug.
Exactly like that Fallout 76 bug, Lotus. Yeah.
Yeah. The spaghetti.
We should get into Fallout 76.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. Let's do it.
What if next week the first video game I play is Fallout 76 when I've got my full setup, and then the 3 of us, we just kind of just lock in and become Fallout 76 streamers.
What if we did that?
And what if the world was made of pudding, Niki?
What if we did that?
I just think there's a lot of content.
It feels very much like No Man's Sky, where it has become something technically competent at the most base level. So everyone's like, oh, the redemption arc. And it's like, actually, the thing that's kind of alienating and weird that came out first is a lot more interesting than just bullshit.
Yeah. They launched the game and there were no people in it.
Yeah. Yes, which
none
people were mad about, but that's a very compelling idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, that first week I played it, there was something. I want to be very clear. There was something deeply wrong with that game in a way that I didn't enjoy it, but it did have that. It did have that kind of like, well, I've never played anything like this before.
Yes,
which is
and
like
now
pretty
it's just
valuable.
Regular.
Yeah. It's just regular. Now Niki has set up their.
Niki looks like I'm about to buy horchata from them.
and we're shots out or about to fucking John Oliver us about something.
I had to move the laptop to the bed because it was about to die. So I had to plug it in, and the cord doesn't reach to where I was. But
no, it's good. This is nice. This is a good setup. Yeah. No, Life's Eternal Puzzle is hard. I don't ever want to move again. I know I probably will move again, but
tragic.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna die in this place.
Here's
what about you. You're gonna have to pull me out of here.
Here's what I think with Pokemon Zaw. You mentioned it, okay? So I of all the people I know, you did warn me. Game starts bad. Game starts
really tough.
It's really, really tough. It is really tough. And I think I usually give a lot of quarter to these games as being like, oh, these are like kid games, so you need XYZ, and that's why this is like. I don't understand the onboarding
It's
of this
too
game.
much.
Like even for a kid's game, this is like a crazy amount of onboarding.
And it is their dedication to tutorializing it diegetically as well as through menus.
Yes.
If they just picked one,
it would be fine.
We'd be in a completely different spot.
But it's both.
But they do both of them back to back every single time the game tries to teach you anything new. It does not give you the chance either to try anything. It is like you don't get to try stuff, which like where I'm at now, the game has definitely opened up. Like they're done teaching me stuff. It is now like, okay, like now you're in a small open world, go mess around, and then some stuff is going to happen as you do more things. But the beginning of the game is so railroaded that it doesn't feel, it feels like you're playing a different game in the first, unfortunately, like 5 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
Which is a
long time.
In a game that is maybe 25 or 30, a third of it you kind of are bumbling, or you're not even bumbling around. You're not allowed to bumble around.
You're not allowed to bumble. You're just being led.
Yes. Of an open world game. And that's the part where I'm like,
there's so much dialogue in the early part of this game.
Talking.
And it's not interesting. It's not good. Like it is all welcome to my trainer is named Beeper. She got off the train. I don't know why I named her Beeper. I just like it made me laugh, and so her name is Beeper. And she got off the train, and it's like she's a newborn baby calf.
Yes.
She gets her bag stolen in 5 seconds. Doesn't care, by the way. But the person that saw her shit get stolen did care, and then was like, "We got to go get it back." You basically crash at this hotel. You meet the guy that's at the that runs the hotel. He's about Victor Wembanyama's height, as far as I can tell, and he uses a cane because his bones don't work. I don't remember what they said. What'd they say? I don't remember.
Years old.
No, okay, I knew it was over 100. I just could.
He's 1,000 years old.
The only recurring character, or something, which is
that's the thing, right? Like once you get past the beginning of the game, where they do all of the stuff that John
it's probably
just
interesting.
Said, there are legitimately interesting things about the ways that like they're asking questions. And the questions that they're asking are not very well written, but they are trying to ask questions about the ways that people and Pokemon should be interacting. Which, as like a thought experiment, I'm having a blast, like playing this game and thinking about like, oh, do I actually think that in a modern civilized society, what is the way that we should be integrating these magical creatures that are very clearly highly intelligent, smart, have magic powers, like how should we be integrating them? And like it is a game where I have more ideas about the politics of this world than I ever have before. And I'm like I'm playing this and I'm like, I think from a political perspective, I think the way that they have organized this city as it stands fucking blows. And that is interesting to me because I have never, not once, thought about city planning or the ways that anything is in one of these games before.
And to the game's credit, I will say they hint that that's kind of where you go. Yeah. Pretty early in the game, like you're like, oh, you're in the fucking pit where at night all the fucking Pokemon are just fucking free reign. Let's all fight each other. It's on site. And it's like, you are introduced to the feeling of like, everyone's not on board with kind of like the way the city is kind of just, it's like, okay, like, I hope they address that. And it sounds like they kind of do.
Yeah. But it is with the precision of a hammer.
Sure.
Right. And just like when they did this the first time in Gen 5, it is going to disappear by the end of the game and not apply to anything that they ever make ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard the end game of this game is bad. I've heard
That's
it.
so interesting because
I've heard
that that's where the video game is.
Okay, because I feel like I heard that Scarlet Violet was like bad, and then the end game was amazing.
Good. Yeah.
And then I feel like I've read the opposite here, but maybe not. Maybe I've just missed the parts of it.
I think it's just different strokes.
Okay.
And I think the blinders that people have for this series are real,
pretty real.
Yeah, and I mean, like, fundamentally, I think what Legends is not going to become a competitively viable strategic multiplayer competitive game. Whereas that is kind of the point of having the end game of a mainline Pokemon title.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, that's Pokemon Za.
Yep.
Za. Nikki, do you want to stick around for a second, or should we let you go now? What do you tell me?
Probably I should go, huh?
Okay. I'm just looking for natural breaks.
No, and I think this is it. And it continues to be natural the more we talk about it.
I think it does too.
We linger here in the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
It feels natural.
Listener.
Yeah. Do you have anything to plug?
Did you already say that I was leaving for the next couple of weeks? Last week?
We've mentioned.
Did I say that the week
mentioned
before?
it briefly, you said it.
You said
as well,
it,
Niki.
I think. But
okay.
Go
and
ahead.
Then I said, did I say next week was going to be my last one, and then I missed last week? So
right.
this
That's
week
correct.
is
That
my
is
last
correct.
one.
Yes,
I'll be back in
yeah.
December. I am overwhelmed. But I'll be back. I gotta.
Niki's trying to beat life's eternal puzzle.
Yeah, no, the shit's real.
When they beat it,
got hands. So yeah, no, I need to like get settled into my home and get my head back on. But I will be back for, I promise, in December. But yeah, no, you've got two incredibly smart, kind, funny folks to guide you on the ship. Find and cunny.
Don't like that mouthfeel.
I didn't like that. So I'm actually changing my mind. The reason I'm using the podcast is because I just said cunny.
And Niki will never be seen again.
You're not going to see me again.
Except on makeyouthink.club.
That's coming back too.
Yay!
A freaking second. Yeah, that's it.
Exciting.
I gotta go to this freaking work thing. But
all right. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Niki. Fare thee well. We'll see you in December.
Wait, if I just leave, does it upload? Do I have to?
Yeah, because we're still here. No.
But when does mine up? I'll just leave the computer open.
Yeah, leave the window open.
Yeah.
Or just
because you can kick them out of the thing, but
I'm going to remove you. Okay, turn off your shit. I'll remove you.
There they go.
There.
Just received 2 messages on Discord. Weird goings on in League lore. Jin Zhao is now canonically dead.
Oh.
Rip to Jin Zhao.
Rip to Jin Zhao, everyone.
I guess technically not only. One of very few Chinese characters in League. Rip to him.
Rip to him. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying that I can ban the... Okay, this is really funny. I was trying to remove the QR code that's in our little, like...
Yeah.
I was trying to remove it just from the thing, but it says I could ban it from Studio instead of delete it, which is very,
that
very
is so funny.
How often does, like, League stuff like that change?
All the time now.
Okay.
I wrote my piece, which I don't remember what it's called anymore. It's not called League of Legends Doesn't Know Where It's Going, but it's called something like that.
Something.
Patreon.com/press pedals, I think, is where you can read that. But throughout its history, League, like, they obviously didn't care about the narrative, and they shouldn't because of the game that it fundamentally is. And then over the course of like 5 or 6 years, they had 3 major story overhauls, and now everything's completely different. And it was quite different each time that happened.
Yeah.
And then Arcane came out, and they decided to change everything again. And it's now a big unified story that's ongoing and is definitely going to keep doing that and keep being normal. Do not pay attention to the fact that 3 games they made came out, flopped, and actually killed the studio. Rest in peace, Tequila Works. I will miss you forever. And all that's really going to matter to the lore of League of Legends.
Did you, because I don't know if it's still up, but like they had that part of their website that was a lot of like fiction, like kind of connected universe, like
Yeah,
they
it's
had
like Magic
written
the
these
Gathering, where it's
yeah,
not
like
very good.
okay, that's what I was gonna
It's,
ask.
I mean, like, and it's like no shade to any of those writers, but it's literally like, write 10 paragraphs about these two characters because we said so, and also we have changed their personalities quite fundamentally. Like, I've made fun of the only ships that they will ever allow in League are straight ships and lesbian ships because gay men are icky. I don't know if you knew about that, but yeah, they're pretty icky. So like,
Ugh.
if that's ever going to happen, it's going to be two random side characters. But there's this very famous couple that like fandom types like, but that obviously it only appeals to a fandom person, and fandom people also know that. Like, it's not really fun if it's canon between the sun character and the moon character. And they've had to kind of rewrite them, and they had to set this big pride thing that they wrote in the past because the sun one is kind of trying to commit a religious zealotry-based genocide on the other one. So they have to kind of like ignore that and talk about when they were friends, so they can do friends to lovers to enemies and then back to lovers. Isn't that crazy, John?
It's pretty crazy.
Fuck these stupid games.
God, so nuts. That's so nuts. Scaffolding on scaffolding on scaffolding.
Yeah, that's the theme.
Crazy. Yeah, I just have never understood the lore parts of League, and like they never seem to matter to me.
No, I mean, before it was like having the very base story of TF2, which is like they're mercenaries and they're fighting each other because of these rich guys. Isn't that silly? And in League, it was like, you know, this fantasy world is torn by war, and there's all these different regions and stuff. And so they decided to stop having war, and instead they have these ritualized battles that champions join because they think that they're the best. And then the summoners, which is like literally you, the player, control them, and then whoever wins gets their outcome, but like it doesn't stop the war, so they left themselves space to like write a story here or there. But none of it has ever mattered.
Yeah. In the lore stuff, like I haven't finished Arcane. I've watched like a couple episodes of it.
You already know what's gonna happen. Oh my god, I thought that Vi was gonna die. Did you? You're fucking stupid. You're watching a television show on Netflix.com.
I've only watched like one or two episodes of it. In these non-game, you know, pieces of fiction, do they go, oh, it's time to go do championing? Like does that
So
shit...
they retcon that. They got rid of all of that. That was the first major. And so then it was like all of the champion stories are just like floating lore pieces. The way that lore is meant to be. Lore is when you're making a game, lore is what you call the story that is intended to be ignored.
Sure.
That is just kind of cool and fun details. Thresh is the Grim Reaper. He killed Lucian's wife, Senna, and they're both ghost hunters. Oh, but now it's been a few years, and Senna's back, but she's kind of a ghost, but kind of not. So like they have little dialogue between each other, and that's cool and everything. It doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Now they want it to matter.
Now they want it to matter because there's the fucking cottage industry. People that are like, no, but it does matter. I want to know every piece, every morsel. Like I do feel like there are fandoms that just basically do that.
Yeah, I mean the purpose of something like Riot Games and League of Legends in the year 2025 and for several years now is to artifice a fandom into existence that will prop them up forever. And people are gonna do that.
Yeah. They're gonna do that.
They're gonna do that.
They're gonna do that. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know any of that. That's really interesting. Well, rip to, what's his name again?
Jin Zhao.
Jin Zhao. Rip to
or
Jin
Xin
Zhao.
Zhao, maybe.
Xin Zhao? Rip to Xin Zhao. Rip to Jin Zhao. Whichever take is more accurate, just that's, Jordo, that's the one I want you to clip. Thank you.
Now that I think about it, I think Jin Zhao is maybe now former. I think he played jungle in China.
Crazy. You played a game
that's
called,
crazy.
You played, damn, that's crazy. You played a game called Settle Moon this week, which looks neat. I don't think I've seen this one before.
It's because it came out like 3 years ago.
It came out 2 years ago, late July 2023. Yep.
I have extremely mixed feelings about it because I played it when it came out, but critically, this is an idler / kind of town sim, adventurer town sim hybrid. So I played it for a couple of hours, and then it clearly became time to idle. So I turned the game off because it runs while it's idle, and then I forgot that I had it.
Nice.
And I'm glad I waited because the main like thing that I ran into is the game is deliberately obtuse, and that's something that I was interested in going into.
Yeah.
The problem with that, as far as when I played most of it, but not all of it, is that it was obtuse without really any purpose. Like I can tell vaguely what I need to do to finish the game pretty right away. So I'm just doing that. And it's like, okay. And I'm just doing that one thing. And like, I'm worried about the game economy and stuff to prop up that one thing. But the one thing I have to do is so obvious that I'm trying to get into the periphery. Like there's little in-game achievements.
Right. You're like almost trying to avoid it, essentially. Right.
Yeah. I can see where the treasure chest is. So I'm like trying to go down the other path. But also not even necessarily like just because I'm being stubborn or I want to see everything. There's not enough to do, and it's an idle game. So I'm literally just like, well, I could sit here, or I could go try to find something to do. Mm-hmm. And so this is usually why I like look at achievements as a person. There's only two ways, right? The first is that I finish a game, and I like it, and I want to play more of it. And so I go, well, I'll do the achievements. That's a fun like use of my time.
Yeah, sure.
And the other reason is if I kind of like, especially in a game that's as unguided as this or like a sandbox kind of game, I'm going, I don't know how to make this fun for myself. So let me kind of look like it was something like Ninja Gaiden even. Like going through that game and just being like, I'm going to beat everything is not that interesting. But if you look at like, do this without dying or kill X amount of guys in X amount of seconds, it's like, okay, I kind of get what you're wanting me to do. And that's how I discovered there's a bunch of like hidden achievements and there's a bunch of hidden stuff to figure out. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. I'm going to try to kind of get some hints from like the Steam discussions and stuff. Because nothing about this game appears to exist anywhere online. No true like 100% guides. It doesn't have its own like Reddit or anything. So
that's fun.
That was interesting.
That's great. Yeah.
The problem is I couldn't figure it out because it was all New Game Plus.
Oh, okay.
So I was able to do a good amount of achievements. And the thing is like, yeah, the game doesn't really have any dialogue or anything, but it gives you these little pamphlets about like kind of trying to guide you around and the lore and whatever. Yeah. And it's like every once in a while I would see something in a Steam discussion and I'm like, how the fuck did they figure out that the game's about this? Like they're all these little comics.
Sure.
And they're talking about this huge meta narrative that's going on. And I don't know how to figure this out. Are they that deep into the
hair. Right.
Yeah, are they that deep into the theorizing? Is there that much text of the like secret, the conlang that's in the game? No, that's just the first ending to the game. It just tells you everything. And so I was like, this is an idle game. So your first run of the game can take you weeks. For me, it technically took about 2.5 years. Yeah. But in reality, it took like maybe a week. Mm-hmm. And there's just nothing to fucking do, which is so odd. And like you could argue that it's narratively kind of sound with what this game is trying to do. I mean, like not to spoil it or whatever, but the meta narrative is that it's an MMO that is like halfway abandoned. And it's about like, it doesn't make an enormous amount of sense to me, but yeah, you're like working around in the MMO. And then New Game Plus is that the MMO has officially ended, but like you have the tools to run your own server.
Okay.
So then all this stuff opens up and all these side quests. And I'm like, oh, the side quests are actually like pretty interestingly and intelligently designed. You get brand new buildings that kind of teach you the very baseline mechanics of the game in a way that's very intriguing through playing and through experimentation instead of doing what I did for my first playthrough, which was hitting my head against a wall until I could figure out kind of vaguely how it worked and try to manipulate things in my favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I really wish that was the first run of the game. Like, it could have a longer ramp up to get you there, but man, it was very strange to realize that. And now, unfortunately, in my New Game Plus run, I mostly, through my first playthrough, I mostly know how the game works.
Okay.
So now it feels like it's wasting my time.
Okay.
In some respects. Because that is the one, like, the biggest complaint I can levy. Because a lot of that stuff is, like, kind of the way that I played the game and the way that I didn't understand it has affected it.
Sure.
But the thing I can really levy is, like, the idle and the town stuff. It often falls on the wrong side of both. Where it runs while it's idle, but for a maximum of about 6 hours, because you have to, like, set a passive on.
You have to do stuff. Right, yeah.
You have to do stuff, and then after that 6 hours is up, your town stops running, your little guys stop doing quests, you stop earning money because the visitors aren't coming to your town, they're not buying stuff. So it's like, I feel like I have to have it on all the time to play even, like, remotely efficiently. But most of the time, there's nothing to do because I know how the game works. And so, it's very punishing time-wise even to do some side quests where, like, I don't know if I've done the correct thing for 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is a really bad amount of time because I can't put the game down for 30 minutes. But I also can't play it for 30 minutes. Like, so I'm just kind of like dragging around and like buying random stuff. And I'm like, well, I guess I have to keep it open. I'm not going to close the game and reopen it in 30 fucking minutes. Like, it's so weird in so many ways. I think it does a lot of interesting stuff. And I think the New Game Plus is really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been going back and forth on it like all week. I feel like I was like kind of railroaded into joining a fucking Discord to figure out what was going on.
Sure.
Which is one of the meaner things I've ever said about a game.
Yeah, clear. That's not good. I would feel
it's not good.
Bad. I feel
and the
pretty
people in
bad
there are perfectly lovely. There's
Sure.
some motherfucker on the Steam discussions who's obviously in the Discord is as far as I'm concerned, single-handedly propping up the economy of this video game because they're very nice. They answer questions thoroughly, but if you're obviously like playing the game and figuring it out, they'll just give you hints. Great person. Shout outs to them. I think their name is like Neck Bearded Vulture, literally, which I think is very funny.
That's awesome.
A good pun.
That's
but yeah, I don't know. It's a maybe. There's a lot that's interesting about it and interesting to play, but that first run sucks dinky.
Well, it's good to know. I mean, that's good. That's a good PSA of like, okay,
yeah.
Hey,
if you find it interesting,
just like
go it and just blast through.
Go through it. Right. Yeah. A little bit like Nier Automata, like kind of the same thing.
Exactly
for me.
like Nier Automata.
Like, blow through it. There's more interesting stuff.
And you can always cheat. When in doubt, start cheating.
Just cheat. Just do it. No one's going to stop you. We certainly won't.
I won't.
All right, Settle Moon.
You.
I'm going to add this to my little wish list because I'm going to think about it. I like idle games. I don't play enough of them, but I do like them. And now that I know that I can just blow through this one, or at least try to.
Yeah, like there's stuff to it. There's some stuff to. I don't know. That's like the thing that I find so like well designed about it is.
Yeah.
You will run into the wall where you're kind of like, I feel like I should be doing more stuff, but I don't know what to do. And then like at that exact moment, you're like, oh, I've had these buildings that like I haven't really used. Let me go look at them, and like that's the solution. And then once you understand that, you get into New Game Plus, and then you start getting all this stuff. But it's a lot of the side quests in New Game Plus feel like they're onboarding you to just understanding the game.
Yeah.
And it's not the kind of game that really benefits from like intense idle game min-maxing. So I'm sure that there's lots of people who like to play it after that first New Game Plus run. I just don't see why you would. There's no real reason to.
Yeah. That makes sense. I played Outer Worlds 2 this week.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Not a ton of it, just enough to play like the first mission, kind of tutorializing, and then into a bit of the rest of the game. It of course kind of starts you with the same like, really fucking way too on the nose satirical tone of, fucking like beyond late stage capitalism and
have you heard of
and
capitalism?
All that stuff. It's just like
it's
just really bad. But what I was pleasantly surprised about is that when they stop doing that in the first minute and a half, that opening tutorial is probably, and this is not fair to Obsidian or Bethesda, but I kind of lump Fallout and Elder Scrolls and Outer Worlds and Avowed. I kind of lump that all into one
It's almost
bucket.
as if.
It's just one bucket to me,
Like,
guys. Like, sorry.
You can
Like,
say sorry. I don't think it's contentious to say that it is the
I don't think
Bethesda style game.
It is what it is. Like, that is what it is. And even if I think Obsidian has done it better, I think Avowed in New Vegas is better than anything Bethesda has ever done. You know, like, you still kind of lump it all in one bucket. I think this is the best opening level that one of these has done. It teaches you a lot. It gives you a lot of fun opportunity to play with the traits and the skills and the things that you kind of do at the very beginning when you create your character. They introduce this flaws thing, which is if you decide to give yourself 2 traits at the beginning, it goes, well, you also have to be bad at something. So here's, you know, so I chose to be very like industrious so I can make extra crafting materials, but also I've got like the gift of gab so people, you know, believe me when I lie to them and stuff like that. And then the game was like, okay, but you got to be bad at something. And I was like, okay. So my options were like, I don't even remember. It was like, you know.
Do they have the classic 4 eyes?
They didn't have classic 4 eyes. I wish they had, but they didn't. But they did have sickly, which is what I chose, which is like, you're kind of like a weenie and you have like less health and also you throw up a lot. So your toxicity is like, your resistance to that is very, very low. And what they don't immediately tell you, which I think is, I'm gonna err on the side of saying it's funny rather than bad design, because I do think games can fuck with you in ways that like they should just be able to fuck with you in ways.
Yeah.
You go, oh, toxicity, like, okay, that's if I like get drunk or if I get poisoned. It's like, no, when you take your healing items, your toxicity goes up because it's chemicals that heal you really fast. And so I was kind of like, oh, so what happens is that I'm kind of doing the mental like math of like the UX. I think you can have at a normal level 2 puffs of your inhaler without getting into a toxic range, but you can only have 1 if you're sickly. And you've got to let that cool off. You have to let it cool off. So you're like, you do the inhaler and your toxicity goes right up to the limit and then it goes down. But I think if you are, if you have a normal resistance, you could probably hit it twice before it gets to that point.
It's kind of like they looked at rads and were like, what if these ever mattered?
What if these ever...
Unless you're actively swimming in exactly 1 vault in Fallout New Vegas.
Exactly. Like, I think, and to be clear, Obsidian did that better in New Vegas than Fallout 3 or 4
Usually it's just a
did.
soft gate to tell you can't go somewhere.
And in Fallout New Vegas, like, they're pretty punitive about it, like, pretty fast. And it kind of gets stretched here, too. So, like, I appreciated that. I think this is a good opening level. I think they set up stakes that I ended up kind of caring about. Like, some stuff happens to you at the end of this mission that where you're like, oh man, what a bummer. Or like, oh man, that sets up kind of an interesting next conversation with like the characters that I was introduced to. And that's neat. I don't really know where this goes after that kind of first, couple, maybe 3 hours. But I did enjoy it. But the problem with these games is that I often do enjoy that first kind of burst.
I was going to say the first game was pretty well known for having a very strong, first mini open world with the first major decision you have to make. And then it immediately falls off a cliff.
So I remembered that very, very clearly. And I'm kind of like, okay, well, I enjoyed this. And you know what? I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than the first because they actually created a tighter level for you with like clearer objectives and choices and little things. It's like, okay, it's like they made the little puzzle box like more interesting and more and tighter. And like, okay, I like that. But I have no fucking idea what I'm about to get into, and I have a feeling it's not going to be as compelling.
We'll have to check back in with you.
We'll have to check back in, because I do think, like, after playing 3 hours of it today, I was like, yeah, I think I'll probably play like 10 hours of this weekend. Like, I think I've got the time to do it. I
played through the first game and I didn't regret it. However, I do still describe it as like the epitome of mid, which is not nice to say, but it's not a bad game by any respect.
It's not bad. It is not a bad game. It's just
not overwhelmingly successful at anything.
It's deeply unambitious and mostly like you got a C- in most of these things. It's like,
that wouldn't matter if the writing was just significantly better, but it's pretty.
But it's also pretty mid/rough. Yeah. The dialogue between characters did not immediately strike me as annoying, although, a couple characters I'm like, okay. Fortunately, they kill most of them at the beginning of the game, so
beautiful.
Beautiful. So yeah, it is what it is. To me, going from Avowed to this, it definitely feels like a step down, but I want to be clear. They're trying to do, I think, two fairly different things. And I just happen to think that Avowed hit the more interesting directions that Elder Scrolls could go in a way that is more interesting than what I think Outer Worlds tries to do with the Fallout formula. But like I don't even remember this, Lotus, and maybe you can remind me. Was observation a skill in the first Outer Worlds? Because I don't remember it being a skill.
I don't think so off the top of my head. Okay. I would have played a character like that, I can say definitively, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think like that's the thing, and I'll have to go back and check, and I'll do that after the show. But like, I think that was new. Is that one of the skills is basically like, how perceptive are you? And perception was, a key component of Fallout and New Vegas and all that stuff. But it mostly had to do with like, do your enemies show up on your mini map? That's basically what perception was. And this observation skill is like, can you sense hidden things in the world? Which, when I'm given the opportunity to do that, like in Disco Elysium, for example, I'm going to take that because it's a really interesting thing to do. And it usually, I'm more compelled by the storyline ramifications of a lot of these skills than I am like, my guns are +10. Like, I just don't.
Some might say it's a role-playing game.
It's a role-playing game. And like, I chose to be a professor that left his university, and I am industrious, and I'm a convincing person, and I'm more observant than the average person. Like, that is a compelling start to the game, and I just want to know how deep those things go. And my sense, if Outer Worlds 1 was any indication,
if you're observant with a capital O,
if I'm observant, probably not. It's probably going to kind of plateau like pretty fast. But like, I'm willing to be surprised.
It's probably going to go an inch deep and a mile wide, because that's also what you inevitably run into when you're working off of the Fallout 3 formula. Is you are forced to allow the like, I want to play as a dumb meathead who can't talk,
right? And
I just hit stuff with hammer. And it's like, well. I guess you can allow that if you want to allow everything at the expense of everything.
Yeah, you can. You can just go through and do that, I guess. Like my friend Pablo, who made it a policy to kill every NPC in Oblivion until the game.
Katamari Pablo?
Katamari Pablo, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Very
real
cool
celebrity.
Gamer. Real celebrity. Pablo, come on late lunch. You also finished Kenophobia, which we talked about last week, and that was the Bruno Diaz
a database thriller.
Database thriller. Very cool.
Yes, a text parser.
What did you think about this?
Well, I did the exact same thing that I did when I played Return of the Obra Dinn, which is I was mad that I had to record this podcast a little bit. And then the podcast ended, and I had a snack, and then I played the game until 4 a.m. and finished it. So I think it's awesome. Pretty neat.
That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I already talked about it like pretty extensively, but I had not. Crucially, I was very early. I think I had played 2 to 2.5 hours of it. I did not recognize how much of a movie pervert there was the kind of aspect to it. And critically, none of the movies or actors or set designers or whatever are real. They're all invented for the game, which is also extremely cool. But yeah, like one of the first things that you do in the tutorial death is you text your like assistant to be like, hey, can you look up this guy? And then they'll text you back. I did realize for a while I thought that it was set a little bit farther in the past, but no, it is, or further I should say, but it is in 2025, I believe. It's just an alternate 2025.
Got it. Okay.
So the reason you can't search stuff is because the internet doesn't work very well anymore. So just like fundamentally searching for these people is not always very helpful. So you have like an assistant character who can feed you specific bits of information, which I also think is a really smart way to solve the problem of how can a character in the modern day with a phone in his pocket ever not know everything?
Yeah.
But you do have to fully like go through very large volumes of movies and people and just like searching up random shit to try to find something that will hint you at something of how some of these people died, because some of them are like quite obscure and strange. And yeah, that part was super duper compelling. Like once I got into it, I was just pressing Q, bled out, Q, bled out too, Q, Magda Marcel, Q, like just asking just like 50 questions in a row. So I had to make my window really tall and skinny so I could keep reading things.
Lotus gets one of those engineer monitors and flips it on its vertical axis.
I'm going to have a curved vertical sideways monitor, just like I'm in fucking Alien. But no, and like I love that. I loved getting deep into that rabbit hole, and it was fun as well, just like that they wrote all of that out, because there's even some characters who are just blatantly not important, but they're mentioned in the Wikipedia article because they were a director or whatever. And then you find out that like this guy's not even dead. He has nothing to do with this shit. He just worked on one movie once, and it's like, oh, like it is really nice to be able to actually comb through that information. Yeah. And I think that's another strength to it being a text parser as opposed to anything else, even though I would still like ambient noise, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that I have an anxiety disorder and I was up at 3:30. When I was getting deep into this game, to the last few deaths, leaned into my computer, I was so scared something would happen. Despite knowing it's a text parser, I was like, what if something happens?
I get that. No, I mean, that's like...
And it's good that it can evoke that. That's a plus.
When I played through Blueprints, like for the first 5 hours or whatever, I was just like, well, something is going to kill me in these hallways. Like, and it crucially never happens, even though according to Red Valentine in an early version of the game, it kind of did. There was a shadowy figure you'd be able to see sometimes, which
an LSD.
Yeah, which freaked me out even just reading about it. But no, Lotus, I would do the same thing. Just kind of like quiet text parser. I would expect it to like somebody's going to jump out and grab my throat.
Yes, literally. That's exactly. I was like, and the thing is too, I mentioned I was running it in Gargoyle, which is a text parser only thing. So I know it can't happen.
It can't.
But right. I'm on my 50th Wikipedia entry. I've got my notes, and I'm like, but what if a guy jumps out at me?
Which is
like die?
Which is like so awesome because like, my mom will tell me about like, she and her girlfriends when they were 16, just like, at a slumber party telling each other scary stories. And they were just all convinced at any moment that a killer would jump through the window and kill them all. And it's like, yeah, like that's fun. Like that's
when I had a sleepover
do that,
at my friend Rachel Beach's house, and we were all hanging out in her mom's room because we were scared because they were telling us they had seen the TV version of It. Which I had never even heard of, and they were telling us. So we went to hide with Jennifer. Thanks, Jennifer.
Thanks,
because
Jennifer.
We were so scared, and then out of nowhere, the shower drain makes a blurbing noise. Cut the cameras.
Out of here. Cut it.
It was over.
Cut it.
So yeah, I think the fact that it was able to create that kind of atmosphere when
That's
crucially
awesome.
Nothing's happening. My guy that I'm playing is technically standing in the parking lot texting for 30 minutes straight.
Sure, right.
Longer than that, actually, if I'm being honest. Is really good. And I really like the end of the game too. It's, I won't say too much about it, but it's another big strength to it being a text parser is like, if I imagine this in a 3D game, even a heavily stylized one, or if I imagine it looking like Faith, where it's like this deliberately MS-DOS kind of scary thing.
Right.
Those both suck ass, actually.
Yeah.
And like being able to read it and have it just be in that different format and be kind of like
Yeah.
smaller and more intimate as you're having this kind of like final confrontation situation. It had to be
Yeah.
a text parser, and it's really well written. It's really good, and it's free.
It's free, and it turns out that like really well written prose can just do things for kind of your experience
What?
that sometimes like visual shit
Nothing
doesn't
else
really
can
do for you.
do.
Nothing else can do for it. So
It's almost
kind
as
of
if
hits.
it's its own medium entirely.
It's its own thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go,
you can
go play that.
You go play Kenophobia now. It's over on Bruno Diaz's itch.io, and it is free, just like Lotus said. So yeah,
Again, you
go do
may
it.
want to download that gargoyle so you can save, because otherwise you run it in the browser. If you close that browser, you're done.
You're done.
You have to redo
You
everything.
tab out. It's over. You got to do it again. I'll only talk about one more game this week. Marvel Snap got a new every beginning of the month, the first Tuesday of every month, they flip over the seasons. It's a new battle pass or new cards or all that stuff. This time we get Spider Punk. That's the card that you get just for playing the new season. Spider Punk is a cool card. It like does a little like riff and a cool little like neon thing every single time you play it, which is like rare. Only a few cards get their own like kind of animation when it starts, and that's one of them, and it's really fun. It's all Spider-Man themed stuff. It's like extended Spider-Man universe stuff. So there is like
Right.
Ghost Spider and like a variation of that, and then also Man Spider,
I
which
miss when they used to call her the Ghost Spider.
yeah, right. So that's kind of fun. And yeah, Man Spider is a 5-cost 1-power card that basically eats your last played card and then doubles
Good.
the HP of the power of that, I should say, not the HP.
I love that Spider-Man and Batman both have one
Yeah,
of those.
Man
So I
Bat
remember
and
playing
Man Spider,
the
yeah.
Lego Batman game with a friend as a kid, and Man Bat came up and we were like, "What the fuck
What
is
the
wrong
fuck
with them?"
is this? Yeah,
Because he's also
So-
a Lego guy, to be so clear.
yeah.
But that's good. I know you're a Marvel Snap fiend. You mentioned it or alluded to it earlier.
I
But
play it
even
a
compared
lot.
to a ball pit, even compared to a
I play it a lot.
What was the other one? The meme one? Megabonk.
Mega Bonk. I couldn't come up with it either.
Marvel
yeah.
Snap has kept you in its grip.
Yeah, I have taken a couple of big breaks, but I have been back on it for I think 4 months straight now.
Sheesh.
And I log in every day. I play a couple of matches at least, but for the past I would say 2 weeks or so, I probably play about 10 matches a day. And I've got 2 decks I'm really, really in love with. I'm really proud of one of them because I like built it completely from scratch, which is not like I often use the auto deck builder and then I build from there. I go like, oh, I
Right,
love
of
this
course.
card. I'm going to auto build it and then make adjustments. And this one I just built kind of like completely custom. And I've got like, I haven't done the calculation, but I feel like I've got like a 70% win rate with it, which is
That's
like
crazy. You have
really
to be
high.
lying. That's
And,
crazy.
again, I feel like that's true. The reality is probably
Right.
something like
It's exactly like League of
51
Legends.
at
where
best or something,
in League, if a champion had a 53% win rate, they were fucking broken.
They're broken.
So I'm
right,
sure
yeah.
you're at
So,
52.1 and you're like, no one can talk to
no
me.
way. Yeah. So again, truly, probably not 70, but it
No,
does
but
feel
I
like
hear
win
you
a
now.
lot. And yeah, I Viv Vision, didn't know Viv Vision was a thing, but Viv Vision, a different vision, love that card. Galacta, who's just like girl Galactus, which is fun. And then Sebastian Shawn, or nope, that's not his name. Sebastian Shaw, Jesus.
I thought you were trying to say Sebastian Stan.
Yeah. I almost did, and then I was like, no. Sebastian Shaw, who is, of course, the villain of X-Men First Class, played by Kevin Bacon. So, yeah.
I don't remember. You got a real name? Absolutely not. Am I
You got a
remembering
real
that?
name? All I remember about you is you got a quarter pushed through your head at the end of the movie. So, yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, like them and a few other cards. Like it's a really good deck that I built with my own little hands. It's a good new season. It's fun. They made some really, really big adjustments to a couple of very popular cards last month, and I was really surprised about the changes they made, and they rolled them back for this because it's like I hadn't seen them make that many moves at once in a long time, and I didn't hate the moves because I wasn't that attached to any of the cards that were affected, but they're very popular cards, and I was surprised that they made the changes, and I think so was everyone else, and they rolled them back. So Marvel Snap's still my favorite. I am still very proud of myself. I do spend money on it every month, but I basically just buy the battle pass, so it's basically just like a subscription fee for Marvel Snap. I have still not paid an extra cent in about a year on that thing, so I'm very proud of myself. And I do, to their credit, maybe, I think they have made some choices that make that an easier decision. I'm not going to sit here and say that they've no, you can, if you don't have these problems, you won't spend any money. I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm just saying, for my brain, I think they've made a couple of small adjustments that have made that easier. That's all I'll say. But yeah, I play a lot of Marvel Snap, and it's also a game like people are like, what games do you play a lot? I never remember, which is like I don't think of it as like
especially because it's on
for
the
some
phone.
reason.
I'm like, that's a toy. Not even in a bad way, because famously on this podcast, games are toys. Shut the hell up.
Games are toys. Games are toys.
It just feels such like a different animal.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Especially because it's ongoing too, I think.
Yeah, it is ongoing. So that's what we played this week. Let's answer some Hive questions. Go to VGBs.com/join. You can join the Hive. Give us some money and we'll put you in the Hive. And you can go to the Hive category in our Discord, discord.gg/VGBs, and you can ask us a question every single week. Folks, Pantera Anka asking, will there be a spin-off podcast called Base 3, led by Lotus, about baseball?
I appreciate how much people think I know about baseball.
You do talk about baseball more than most.
It is the only sport that I like, crucially, and I also I don't like wrestling or anything like that. So it's really the only. Honestly, because I'm not a big TV person either. It's basically the only television that I watch.
Yeah.
And so especially when baseball's really getting in the weeds, it's fun to pay that close attention to it.
When baseball's on, Lotus goes, my stories are on.
My stories are on.
My stories are on.
But crucially, if it is before the Father's Day 50% off MLB.TV subscription, I haven't actually watched any baseball at all.
Yeah.
So whatever happens before then, I don't know, y'all.
Yeah. That's fair.
I don't know how some folks do it, like covering it every week. There's just so much fucking, even just for one team, there's so much baseball occurring.
There's so much, and also it's like the people that pay attention to the farm leagues of each of the. I'm just like, oh my god, it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
Yeah, like ask me next year, because this year I basically did that for the Sox. Next year I don't know if I will. It might have just been my mood. It had been a long time since I watched a lot of baseball, and I was like,
you were pretty keyed in. To the Sox
I was pretty keyed in.
Yeah.
Well, it helps too because the Sox have their own. Well, it's not their own. They share a sports network because Boston is. It's really a sports city in a way that I think some other cities are not, where all of their teams are a big deal in their relative leagues, but also like to the city. So they have their own network and they do a very good job with Sox coverage, which is impressive.
Yeah. My Hero Zero asking, should I play Moon before I play Stray Children? Parentheses, assume I want to play both an equal amount and that I know Stray Children is not a sequel. Stray Children also on my radar is something I wanted to play this week but didn't get around to.
I knew I wouldn't have the time, but I would like to play it because I love Moon.
I want to say by next week I'll play some of it, so maybe we'll talk about it. You should I've played Moon. You should play Moon, My Hero Zero.
Moon.
Let's play Moon.
Like, period, you should play it. It's a great game.
Yeah.
But also, like, even just in the trailers for Stray Children, it's very obvious the level
moony.
to which it's in conversation with Moon. And I think that makes sense because the lead developer, whose name is escaping me, did say that, like, he wasn't really planning on making any more games. And then Toby Fox told everyone to go play Moon when it re-released because it inspired him, even though he didn't speak Japanese when he played it, to play Undertale. So it's like, yeah. And truly, playing Moon is interesting if you like Undertale, because you go, oh, that's where that's from.
That's from.
Like, directly.
And apparently, if you play Stray Children, you'll go, oh, this is a conversation with Undertale, too, a little bit.
Which is interesting.
Which is cool. So, yeah, should you before? I mean, yeah, I think like Lotus said, I think even from the trailers, it's pretty clear that there's...
At least a bit of it, I think.
There's something going on here.
Especially because Moon is very old school adventure game shit, where it doesn't care if you play it at all, really. It's very agnostic to whether or not you engage with it, but you'll have a good time. So, honestly, I would just go until you kind of feel like, all right, like I'm not really sure what to do next. If I wanted to finish this, I would use a guide and then go play Stray Children.
Valerie B asking, what's your soft lock for Goaty this year?
For a second, my brain heard soft lock, and I was like, I feel like, it's pretty hard to soft lock a game nowadays. Like, they're pretty good at getting those out, but now I understand.
Yeah, because they've got Matt Booty's 10,000
They've got Matt Booty's 10,000 QA bots,
Yep. I mean, I think mine is still Avowed. I talked about Katamari last week. I think Avowed is probably my favorite. Of course, like, we had a Goaty conversation a bit in the server this week, and like, I'm probably going to write a top 5 and not rank them. I'll just put them in alphabetical order, and I feel like having 5 favorite games of the year that's a good amount. It's really hard to pick a favorite ever. And I think I'll say something kind of crazy here. I think feeling super strongly about it means maybe you didn't play as many games as you should have. I don't know.
Little saucy.
Maybe, because I do feel like the years, this is a little bit like more of on a personal level than like judging others. But in previous years, when I've been like really adamant and sure that there is one game that is like the best of the year, I didn't play that many games, to be honest. And
recency bias is also like a difficult thing.
Recency bias is
if you're just making a list for fun, then I'm sure you don't care.
Yeah.
But if you're really trying to think about the list and thinking about what your favorites are, recency bias is tough. I absolutely revile the term instant classic.
Yes.
I hate it deeply. Yes. I get the sentiment, but I'm like, no.
No. You have to give things time to breathe. You have to give
things time, which is why like a GOTY is inherently like very flawed.
Yeah.
If a game comes out in November and it's good, I'm going to think it's great until I get to February 2nd and I go, it's actually kind of ass now that I think about it. Yeah. Unfortunately, and this tends to happen to me, I don't think I've played enough games that came out this year.
Well, did you?
It might only be Flock.
Okay.
And Kenophobia.
Okay, Kenophobia. But listen, Fanbyte rules. We went back. Like, Fanbyte rules, we let people write whatever, because that was the Dylan rule. The Dylan Skippington rule was, my backlog is like 5 years old and I haven't played anything new except for guides coverage, and the stuff I'm playing for guides coverage isn't very good. So we like Dylan write his top 10 with whatever the fuck he wanted. So what do you think your favorite game is, agnostic of it coming out this year?
I mean, speaking of recency bias, it is kind of hard not to say Kenophobia right now, because I really did have such a strong impression of it, where I've only played Obsidian once because you kind of can't play it again, and I like it about as much as I like Obsidian off rip.
Yeah.
I might like it more. I'll have to think about it in terms of like the way it's designed is so different. I haven't played a lot this year. I like Stacy, not that fucking much.
Right. Okay. That's an answer. I will ask you again in about a month and a half, and we'll see. We'll
see if I've played. We'll see the volume of games I've managed to play in a month. Because boy,
that's all right.
Slow.
Yeah, no, I am too. I'm super slow. I play a lot, but I've just been bouncing in short bursts to a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
so it's
me too.
It's just, I don't know. My Hero Zero asking, what's the last game you played and enjoyed, but it did not stick the landing on the ending? Funny you should imply that I get to the ending of most of the games I play, but
you got to stay to that 15-hour maximum shit like me, bud.
I know.
There was a point in the server where we were talking about achievements, And my achievement rate on Steam is insane. I have a 51% rate, and I was like, yeah, it's because all the games I play are 10 hours long. Mm-hmm. And the achievements for them are for finishing the game.
Yeah.
Just to be so clear.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think off the top of my head, because I think about this game a lot for this exact thing, is Chicory A Colorful Tale? I quite like that game.
Good answer.
It's good overall. I was ready for the game to be done, and I had 2 more hours.
Yeah.
And then I think what's so, like, that game is really funny, actually, in a way that feels pretty effortless for most of the time. Mm-hmm. It's very twee, but not in a way that I would consider negative. It is like, we're having a silly, funny time, and I'm like, that's great. So then when it tries to kind of balance that with the sort of like emotional core at the end of the game, I'm like, man, I know we're trying to be uplifting, but this is too fucking saccharine. Like, this is too much. And also, I think the boss fights in Chicory are like not great, and the finale is a boss fight. So that game's great. Yeah. And then the last 2 hours, I'm like, I was ready to be done.
Chicory's a really good answer. I'll just use a big AAA game. I think God of War Ragnarok kind of falls apart a bit, but it's like, I also have to tell you, when I played through God of War Ragnarok, I had also just played through God of War, and I was like, oh, it's more of this, huh?
It's a lot of it.
It's just a lot of that. So I might want to revisit that at some point, but yeah, I don't think it nailed it. Egg emoji. Nice. Oh, I get why you only asked Niki and Lotus this, because I was like, well, rude.
Oh, is
rude.
It the Final Fantasy 9?
But it was the Final Fantasy 9 thing. But Egg emoji asking, do you have games that you regularly revisit?
There's really only one, and I haven't replayed it in a while, and that's the first Psychonauts game.
Yeah.
Just kind of endlessly. The gameplay is so just okay that it is never abrasive. I think pretty much all of the jokes hold up, which is an insane thing to say, considering some of them are about cheerleaders killing themselves. So, like, but yeah, especially when I used to stream a lot, if I was doing like a marathon charity stream and I didn't know what to do, or I wasn't feeling some of the games that I had lined up, I'm like, well, folks, we're just playing Psychonauts again. I've played that game probably like 7 or 8 times, I would say.
Yeah.
Good game.
It's a good one. Valerie B asking, what's the worst day you've ever had at any of your jobs? I mean,
I can't say all of us getting laid off because it was really funny.
It was really funny. It was too funny to be bad. Genuinely was just flat out not the worst day at work I've had.
It was fun to have a couple of people close to me panicking, because I was actively driving when the news dropped that we had all been laid off. They were like, what is, and I was like, so I actually kind of already knew, because they accidentally kind of sent me an email that strongly implied I was being laid off 3 days ahead of time. And I was like, I'm going on fucking vacation. I've had this plan for a month. I don't give a shit. I have to be vague with my worst answer.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to be too.
I think everybody has to be, unless your worst day was when you worked at the Piggly Wiggly 10 years ago or whatever.
Right.
What I can say vaguely is there was a meeting discussing changes to a thing that everyone was working on, and I went, oh no, and no one else seemed to be saying oh no. Yeah. And I was like, do they just have their corporate sonas, their work sonas on this hard? And like, we just don't have that kind of camaraderie? Or did they think that this is okay? And I left feeling that they thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I've never felt more insane. I ran to my roommates and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then I read a bunch of documentation, then I felt worse.
Yeah. I think my worst day is a kind of a combo meal, because they happen back to back. So one day, my boss at a company, I think it'll be pretty clear what it is. So I'll probably just say it. No, I'll probably just say it. It's fine. My boss at the time at Fanbyte took me out to lunch in Mendocino Farms and had a notebook full of names in it and pointed to them and said, tomorrow we're laying these people off. Mendocino Farms. And I said, fuck, all right, that's crazy. And then I was pulled into a room when we got back and was informed that the next morning I would be the one in the room doing the laying off.
Great.
I was not these people's boss. To be clear, I was not these people's bosses. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Never are.
I was not. And I was told that I was going to be doing that. And I was like, why won't my boss, who wants to do this, doing it? And the answer I was given is because we don't trust that he'll be good at it, but we do trust that you would be good at it, which I don't know if that's a compliment. But I was like, okay, cool. Had probably the worst anxiety I've ever had in my life between that and the next morning, and then sat in the room and laid off like 15 people, like I would say 7 of which I really liked and worked with a lot, and still keep in touch with mostly to this day. And my boss was in the next room giving promotions to people who were staying.
I remember this story now.
So that was the worst, and it's not really even close.
Yeah.
Best day, when that motherfucker got fired. That was really, really fun.
That's good. I think my best day is when the Queen died.
Oh, so good.
I don't think I've ever laughed harder in my entire life. Just me giggling and texting LB about what we were going to post.
Yeah.
The riffing, I mean, I had a great time.
It was really good. That was awesome. I will say, I mean, I have to be honest. The day my boss got fired, this is how much of a fucking wimp I am. I actually did feel bad for him, and in this kind of like humanity kind of way.
That's why you were laying people off, John.
That's why I know. Humanity. I know. I guess that was it. So really, I think my best day at work. I mean, it's kind of corny and it's true. I almost wish they were here to hear this, but it's like when Niki, it was some random day that Niki and I were doing like one of the first episodes of Late Lunch over at the video office. And we had kind of our separate space and we were just kind of doing our own thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I could probably do that forever. Like you were
like, it's happening. Like that, actually,
that was cool in a way that like none of the other stuff I've been doing feels cool. And that was my best day. I think that was really good. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but I remember having that day and feeling really good about that. So that was good. Yeah, well, that's true. So yeah, that was fun. I also just like really like Fanbyte was weird because like, you know, at the end of the day, and this is probably not how you should build a company, I guess, but who gives a shit. Like ended up hiring just like a bunch of friends and people who I didn't know.
That's the thing, John. You're honest about it, but everybody does do that.
Everybody does do that, but it's like I would, but it's also not even friends that I knew. It's that friends that like people I met and was like, I was like, no, not even that. I mean, just people I met and was like, oh, we will be friends.
Right.
I can tell in the first 5 minutes of meeting you that we would be friends. So I think you should work here. And that was really what a cool privilege that was. And I got to just take a lot of Chinese money to do it. So thanks. That was a lot of fun. It spins just as good as the American kind. So that's what I know. Times. Good times. Yeah, that was pretty good. Valerie B also asking, what's the song you hated back in the day, but now you low-key love it?
I feel like all the songs that I like love back in the day, I've only become more in love with.
Okay.
Especially because a lot of the songs I hated were very like earworms.
Yeah, sure.
They just played on the radio all the time. So like I can't think of a song I hated that I like. I still hate We Are Young by Fun. I still fucking hate that song. Terrible. And I hate that song they did with Pink too.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Mm-hmm. Why take a woman who can sing and do that to her? Unbelievable.
Why? I mean, I performatively hated the songs from the Spice Girls' first 2 albums. When I was a teen, I was like, Spice Girls, but secretly I was like, I thought that shit ruled. And now I'm just like honest about it. Like that shit was great. Song I hated, but now low key love. I don't know if I definitely have Bloodhound Gang's album was an album I loved when it came out. And now if I listen to Bloodhound Gang now, I would shrivel into myself and die. So that's probably my best example.
Well, I guess I can say I used to not just scream. I don't care for screamo, but I used to not be able to handle singing at all, and now I can. Pierce the Veil, Latino King, Mexican King.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess that counts. I thought it was okay before, and now I like it. So that can count.
Yeah. Cam asking, what's your favorite crab?
Maybe a decorator.
A decorator crab.
It sounds like I'm joking. That is a real thing.
Decorator.
They put stuff on them, little decorations. It's for the purpose of camouflage, I'm pretty sure, but that's fun. Love a diva at the bottom of the ocean.
Isn't the decorator crab the thing in Moana? Is that? I
think he's just a hermit crab.
He's just a hermit crab. Okay.
I think.
Okay. Cute.
I mean, hermit crab not a bad choice either, honestly.
I would probably choose hermit crab.
I don't know enough about the weird ones at the bottom of the ocean. I love Monterey Bay Aquarium just has a camera that they turn on sometimes. They're like, have fun with the deep sea cam, and it's a bunch of weird crabs just eating little fishes.
Mm-hmm. Hi, we're actually from hell, but we're here. Hi, Mom. Yeah, it's wild. Jason asking, what characters or type of characters would you want in a monkey ball knockoff?
My brain is not working today because I also understood knockoff as a monkey ball competition.
Yeah.
Like a home run off, a knockoff. And I was like, okay, who's fighting? A monkey ball knockoff. Well, who's the funniest person to put in a ball?
Funniest person to put.
Is that what you're Googling? Funniest person?
No. I'm looking at some characters. I'm trying to figure out.
Actually, Raz from Psychonauts is a good choice because with his levitation thing, he runs on top of it, so that'd be kind of funny if he gets to do that instead of being on the inside.
Yeah, I think honestly, I just want to see all of the gotcha items that you get in Shenmue in a monkey ball knockoff. Because those balls look like little gotcha balls anyway,
Yeah. That'd be cute.
A forklift, one could be Ryu Hazuki, I don't know. Soy Sox asking, I don't know if I have a good answer for this, but I'll ask you. What's your most recent rabbit hole journey?
Let me open my Wikipedia app and see if I have a real answer.
Yeah.
All right, so the first Wikipedia article I had open was P22, the mountain lion that got stuck in LA because I've been listening to an audiobook called Crossings about road ecology. Mm-hmm. So that could count. Mm-hmm. I actually don't have a lot of stuff open.
I have 2 answers now that I think about it. One's a funny answer, one's not a funny answer. The not funny answer is squamous cell carcinoma. That's one of the rabbit holes I've gone down. It finally
gets to come up.
It finally came up. And then
also now this seems fucked up because Niki's not here. But as a joke, you said, "Is this the first time you've ever recorded a podcast with someone with cancer?" And I did remember that Bungo has been on the podcast before, so we all have.
Oh, I guess we have. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Does it feel right to say it when Niki's out here, though?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I've been thinking about it the whole time.
Listen, folks, I'm fine. I think I'm fine. I am putting a topical cream on it that's been cut off my foot. But it was funny
good to live in the future.
The doctor did, like Lotus, I'm a hypochondriac. I have thought about the moment a doctor tells me I have cancer.
Yes, of course.
A million times. And 1,000,000 times it never happened this way. Where the lady is halfway through walking in the door, which she goes, "You have squamous cell carcinoma." And I was just like, no lube, no foreplay. Like, what's happening here? Like, what? Like, you just can't say that. And I realized that must be her deal. I'm just like, I'm gonna cut into it the second I get into the room.
Cutting into it, and I think crucially also making it not a big deal. Like,
yeah, I think that's what it was.
So it's a kind of cancer.
I know.
You know,
I know. She was basically like, "Here you go. Here's some cream."
Right.
And they'll laser it in a month if it doesn't go away. Whatever. It's not a big deal. But that's one rabbit hole I definitely went down because I was like, well, how dead am I? Not, which is good. And then the other is Vanderpump Rules. We were talking about it last week, but there was all sorts of stuff with. We were looking at, so Raquel and James Kennedy had a dog named Graham. And then James Kennedy and Raquel broke up, and Raquel kept the dog and basically kept it away from James. And then suddenly, after Raquel and Tom Sandoval were caught having an affair and Raquel went into a rehab facility, the dog ended up somehow at Lisa Vanderpump's adoption center in the middle of West Hollywood. And nobody could figure out the chain of events of why it went there and not to its previous owner, James Kennedy, who used to own the dog Graham. So I went down a Reddit and multi-Bravo forum rabbit hole about, like, what was the actual chain? Because here's my theory,
You
Lotus,
could make the next Kenophobia.
I could. Oh, a Bravo-based Kenophobia? Oh, my God.
Where sometimes the answer is a dog.
A dog. The thing is that I'm not very conspiratorial, like in real life, but actually about Bravo shows, I kind of am. Because when this dog shows up again and is given back to James by Lisa Vanderpump while Raquel is in rehab, I do not believe it is the same dog.
John, you can't just say that.
I just don't. I think they have manufactured a different dog for the show, and I think the original dog is dead for some reason, and they just won't say it because it's sad. Which is, I know, a crazy
I can't believe you
thing
almost
to say.
didn't have an answer. John, I'm not really sure, but I have convinced myself that a dog from TV is dead and has been replaced.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what I'm saying is that like it had a haircut and it didn't immediately recognize the owner, and they made a really big deal. Like James was like, "You remember me?" Like over and over again, almost like, "No, that dog is a stranger to you, my friend. I do not think that's your dog." And he renames it the next episode.
That's weird.
And I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. I don't think this is the same dog. I think that other dog beefed it somehow, which sucks.
Or like got adopted.
Or just got adopted and they just could, something. But it was very weird. So that's the last rabbit hole that I went down.
Incredible.
Jason asking, I don't have an answer here, so this is definitely all you, Lotus. Do you have a favorite Journey to the West adaptation?
Rest in peace to Xin Zhao. It's League of Legends, baby.
It's League of Legends, baby. All right, that's fine.
Because I don't have a real answer, but every fucking game has a son Wukong, and League of Legends is Wukong.
Yep. I don't have an answer. Sorry. My Hero Zero asking, what's your favorite black and white movie?
I haven't seen a lot, so almost by default, I think it has to be Nosferatu. Which like isn't a bad answer to begin with.
The new one or the old one?
The old one. Is the new one in black and white?
No.
John, I've never been more scared than when I felt like you were looking directly at me and not moving.
Sorry. No, sorry. Maybe
they had black and white versions. Oh, you know what? Actually, I also had The Mist.
The Mist, yeah.
There's a black and white version of The Mist that's very good.
No, Nosferatu is not black and white. It is just in Nosferatu's castle. It is very monotone, but it is not black and white.
Yeah, 1922's Nosferatu, a film introduced to me by SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
That joke didn't make any fucking sense to me as a child. I was like, who the fuck is Nosferatu?
Who the fuck is Nosferatu? I think Nosferatu got introduced to a ton of people by SpongeBob SquarePants,
100%.
Which is kind of amazing. My answer is probably Rashomon. I mean, like, I that's a great movie. So, yeah. Now, again, same thing with Nosferatu. Is it black and white, or did I just make that up?
I'll choose to believe it's black and white.
It is. Thank God. Jesus Christ. I was
in one.
I was like, I know I've seen that shit, and I know it was black and white. Okay. So, yeah, it was probably Rashomon. That movie is great. Fonk asking, best egg, question mark?
I like Mayak eggs. I could probably eat those whenever. Mm-hmm. A little spicy sway.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good answer.
Because I, to be so clear, I love eggs. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. The only kind of egg I don't like is Eggs Benedict.
Okay.
Every other kind of egg could get it. It depends on my mood.
Do you just not like the poached?
I just don't like, because usually Eggs Benedict comes with stuff under it, and it gets completely wet way too fast. Mm-hmm. So the mouthfeel is, there's too much everything in the mouth.
Too gushy.
Too gushy.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, I love a fried egg over medium. Like, that's like really, that's
never wrong.
Never wrong.
Put some Jane's Crazy Salt on that shit.
Yeah, I do love like a marinated egg. Like, I do love that very much. I'll go fucking ape shit over like a medium boiled egg with like some salt, pepper, like a little bit of butter, and like a dash of hot sauce.
Yeah,
like,
because eggs just taste good.
Eggs are really good. I love eggs. Like, that's a great question. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but like, I made Gordon Ramsay's like fucking. I don't know how else to describe it, and I think it is a texture challenge for a lot of people. But they're soupy scrambled eggs. You basically scramble them so slow, with such low heat, with so much butter, that it becomes this kind of like spread that is like,
this motherfucker think he invented omurice?
No, it's not. It's not omurice. It's not omurice. It's not that texture.
I do. I not texturally, but I struggle with the part of my brain that says like, it's raw. You can't eat this.
I know. And it's so goopy and spready that you have to remind yourself that it is cooked. I mean, you actually cooked the fuck out of it because it took you 15 minutes to do it. But every once in a while, that shit is so good just on like a piece of toasted sourdough bread with like some hot sauce or whatever. Like, it's so good. But it is, like, again, if you have an issue with texture, it might be a texture challenge. All right, just a couple more questions. Dylan asking, any laundry pro tips?
You really should wash everything on cold. You really should.
I agree.
Bedding, you can probably get away with. Towels, blast those shits. But you should really wash stuff on cold. And if you can air dry it, you probably should.
Yeah.
And critically, wool, you really should hand wash wool and silk. Mm-hmm. You'll notice when it starts to fall apart after the second time you wash it.
Yeah. Yes, because it'll fuck up immediately. You're right.
Unfortunately, it's all true.
You should hand wash more stuff, honestly.
You should hand wash more stuff.
There's kind of a reason why, like, we did that for a really long time. You know?
Yeah.
The machines are kind of tough on your stuff. Like, and your clothes aren't really supposed to go through that, I don't think. That's not a fun answer because honestly, like, that's a do as I say, not as I do, because I don't do that shit. But I will say, when I was in charge of the laundry, okay, there are items of ands that are hand wash only. And boy, have they stood the test of time. Everything else, not so much. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, like that stuff was good. Wash on cold, I think, is totally good shout. Because you will just shrink a bunch of shit. You will just there's no reason. Like, you're good if you wash it on cold. You're good. The only thing I ever wash hot is a towel that my dog is thrown up on. Like, that's it. Like, it's like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I really only do towels on hot, and then bedding I do on warm.
Yeah, sure. Laundry pro tips. I mean, like, get a dual hamper system going.
That's a good one. I was going to say, you hear about it as a joke in television programs. You hear it as a real thing in reality programs. Mm-hmm. Learn to dab. Yes. Not the physical movement, but to dab stains.
Yes, it is absolutely true.
You're trying to lift. You're not trying to blot. Mm-hmm. It's different. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, Dylan, if you have any like specific questions, feel free. But I'm a laundry pro. I used to do all of our laundry, and now it's shifted. I do the kitchen, I do the dishes, and does all the laundry. So it's like it's been a while, but like I know what's up. Let's see here. All right, 2 more questions. Electric Gauntlet asking, if Lotus ran a Woo Hit stream, what sort of videos would she curate? I mean, you've like watched videos on stream before, so
yeah, I've forced us to watch videos on stream before, including a horrible cafe opening video I made us watch.
Which, to be so
clear,
I had a good time with that.
I knew that we would enjoy hate watching it. I wasn't expecting the viewers / chat to hate it as much as they did.
They hated it,
which was hilarious.
Really,
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting because I complain about it regularly. I would not watch Joe is Hungry. I don't know what I would do because Joe has videos come out every week, sometimes multiple times a week. And so I don't know anything else that I watch at that kind of clip.
Yeah.
Whenever I've streamed, it's always been I play a game and we talk, and sometimes we're all locked into the game, sometimes not so much.
You've watched fashion stuff, though, on stream before.
I have. Critically, though, that was either a season wrap-up, which even that was very short. The main one I did was watching all of Virgil Abloh's runways after he passed. And so, like, that's... Normally, watching fashion runways is really fucking boring. Even curating them is a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
so,
I could see that.
Yeah, I'd probably just be shooting the shit, maybe watching some vlogs. Some K-pop every now and again I do like to do. It would probably just be a mix of whatever I have been interested in the past week. There's a lot of like gaming video essays that I like to watch, but they would be so awful to watch as a community because it'd be like we have to pause every 5 minutes to talk about it, but also it's a video essay, so it takes an hour and a half to kind of synthesize.
Yeah.
It wouldn't quite work. But we could watch anti-music videos any day of the week.
Any day. I love that. Yeah, no, this we'll do one. We'll do one that is like a Lotus. I'll give you some time. Okay. I'll give you some time, but it would be good. I would love to
I'll just do what I always do and try to turn everyone into Red Velvet fans. So.
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that one video we watched. That was fun. So this is really weird. Right when you were talking about, this is actually really strange, about Joe is Hungry, I got a text from Rocky Pack, who was a product manager at Fanbyte, who just said the Joe is Hungry interview is the best podcast episode I've listened to this year. That was really freaky.
Are me and Rocky psychically connected?
I don't know, but it's really, really, really freaky. That was so
I was wondering
strange.
why you were looking so intently at the phone.
I was just such a weird message to get. Because the last time I texted with Rocky was March 18th, 2024. That's crazy. That was a big gap. Shouts to Rocky. And
Shouts to Rocky.
That was a really weird
That's
timing
incredible.
Thing. All right, we got one last question. I'm going to read the full prompt. It's a long one, but Liv, thank you. I was watching the most recent GD Queer. Are they saying GD Queer or GD Queer? Probably GD Queer.
Probably GD Queer. It's still the thing is like
GDQ weird. Yeah. That doesn't work.
It sounds more like it leans more slur when you say GD queer.
It does. I know.
And not you, John.
I know.
Anybody.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's a queer event. Great. Yeah. It's called GD queer. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh. What's? I'm sorry. What?
Can you say that?
Yeah. One of the runners played through Maddie Thorson. She made Celeste. Latest Super Mario World ROM hack, masterpiece, and kind of wrestling with the feeling that as much as I love the game it's built on, the new sprite artwork and the humor of the game, I'll never play it due to the memorization required to complete Kaizo-style video games. Sure. Is there a game or series where the near entirety of it is your shit, but there's just one thing that makes it unapproachable to you? If so, what is that thing? Or what is the thing and what is the series? Or game?
I mean, one that's off the dome just because you mentioned it earlier is like, I'm not fucking playing Nier Automata. I'm not going to do it. Like, I don't want to. I'm sure it's really great and I would enjoy it, but I don't fucking want to. So I'm not gonna. Tragically. And then there's like a lot of visual novels and stuff where y'all are very flippant about sexual assault in a way that I don't like, and I'm not going to deal with it. Just don't feel like it. It's not like toxic whatever. It's pretty gross and weird.
Yeah.
You can't try to make it cute by calling it toxic Yuri.
No. You can't.
It's kind of a fundamentally different thing that can be interesting and have depth to it, but I'm like, ooh, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Liv, like Kaizo is definitely like on the list for me in terms of things I like to watch, but like it's not ever something I want to. I've never been tempted even for a moment to play them. I think for that very reason.
Really quick, if we don't do M's last question, which I don't think we're going to. This is technically not thrifted, but I did want to show off my shirt that I'm wearing today.
Show it off. Let's. Oh my god, Kermie doing blow. Oh my god, that's a really good
shirt. A little
shirt.
plush Kermie. I technically it's thrifted because I got it off of Depop. I was looking for something else, and I said, great. I have to own this.
Yeah, M did ask, did you get something from a thrift shop? You can't believe you found it there. I don't think I ever have.
Yeah, technically I haven't, but I had already planned to wear this shirt today when I saw that question. I was like, well, I have to show off the shirt.
I mean, I've seen things at a thrift shop I was surprised by, but I didn't purchase them. So, like, I think I saw Steel Battalion at a thrift store once, which that was wild. But I don't think the controller worked. I think that's what it said. So I was like, eh. But Liv, I think like Kaizo is definitely it. I think,
MMOs. I refuse to pay monthly for something. I refuse. Okay. I can't do it. I can't. I enjoyed more or less my time with Final Fantasy XIV Online. And also every homosexual who has ever existed plays that video game. So all my friends do. I'm not going to pay a monthly subscription. I can't make myself do it.
Liv, instead of finishing your question, and I think Kaizo is my answer, I'm going to go off on a real quick thing. Final Fantasy XIV is so ugly. And I'm really tired... I'm really tired of people being online and acting like it's not.
Because they have 5,000 mods on that are technically illegal because Yoshi P hates them.
Yeah. But like this game looks like a fucking episode of Reboot, and all the dead-eyed idiots that populate the world. This game is ugly. This game is fucking ugly. It has been ugly since day one, and it continues to be ugly. I saw an argument break out about the ugliness of this game, in which the person who was arguing that it is not ugly was posting the ugliest screenshots I've seen in a fucking minute.
But it's my Blorbo.
It's my Blorbo. It's my Blorbo.
Blorbo's not ugly.
Listen, Fedona Tep. Yes, that is the generated name that it gave me, and I kept it because I hate myself and I don't respect the game. Fedona Tep was a hot bunny girl, but I would never look at her and go, because it is an ugly game. It's an ugly game.
Bunny girls.
How do you fuck up this game is ugly. It has been ugly since day one, and it's never gotten prettier. And yeah, Lotus is right. If you say it's pretty, you probably have a million mods on. So tired of acting like that. I mean, it's like if you love that game, that's fine. That's fine. That's
why don't
fine.
you marry it?
Like, why don't you marry it? But like, if you marry it, we're all going to be like, oh, you're pretty ugly. Just think about that. So anyway,
marrying for your money.
I don't think that game looks good.
I could tell.
It never has. Dead-eyed idiots that are just walking around.
No, even for MMOs, it's shockingly beige.
It's very beige.
I was astonished at how beige it was when I first started playing it.
And I'll actually here's what actually drives me crazy about it is that Jesus Christ, I have to pull this up fast. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay, great. Fuck, I found it so fast. Okay.
I hope it's those grapes.
It's not the grapes. It is, although that would have been great. I should have done that. This is an image.
The problem is the grapes are endearing, so it kind of goes the other way.
Yeah, it does. That's true. What I'm about to put on the screen on the YouTube version of the show, so I apologize if you are not watching this, but I will describe it to you. This is Zell Dinked, one of the characters from Final Fantasy VIII. This is actually in the ending cinematic, although it doesn't spoil anything, so don't worry about it. He is eating hot dogs so fast that he's choking, and he's looking up at the camera with this kind of like desperate, horrified look on his face. I think every character in Final Fantasy XIV looks identical to this. I don't understand. Every single time I see someone post their player character, I was like, you look like Zell Dinked choking on a hot dog. That's what you look like. Every single time. Anyway, like, I don't
Folks, it's been so great.
It's been great having you here.
It's been great.
we had you for the first 2 hours and 45 minutes, and now in the last 5 minutes, we've lost you completely.
We've lost
so
you.
Sorry.
We've lost it, John.
We've lost it. It's over for us. All we're doing is talking about Zell choking on a hot dog. None of this is Lotus's fault.
Unfortunately, because Niki left, it was like an immediate second wind where we were like, "Oh, it's a new podcast."
I know. And
now it's 3 hours long.
And now it's gone. I want to thank everyone for listening to this episode. If you go to vgbs.com/join, you can join the Hive. You get bonus eps like the one that we did for Joe is Hungry interview, although we did release it from its Hive dungeon and now is available for everyone. But we are going to record some more bonuses through this month and into December as well. So stay tuned for those. Lotus, do you have anything to plug?
No.
I don't think I do either. So we're gonna just leave it there, and we're gonna hit the road. We're gonna have a good weekend. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend and a wonderful, keep on buzzing.